get you canceled.
Doubt?
I don't know what you're talking about. Where the heck? Did you turn off your cam? Hello? Did you disconnect? Oh, I disconnected. I figured it all out. It's like, where'd he go? He was gone.
You hung up. This isn't my problem.
I know. Hello.
You did this.
I did. I pressed the button. I'm sorry. The button was fun to press though. Okay. Cool. Let's see.
So full disclosure, I have no plan for today.
Fucked up.
And I'm gonna definitely show you very basic stuff that you definitely already know. But at least that way it'll be useful for anyone, I think.
You have no plan? You're just going in blind? You're just winging it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's what I always do.
Oh, really?
Seems to work out.
Stay up the night before planning lectures?
I guess I did do that when I taught in school, but...
Did you actually teach at UMich?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I led 3 discussion sections. Well, I guess over the entire course of teaching, I led 11 discussion sections across 4 semesters.
Wow.
And I filled in when the lecture, she was always driving in from Toledo, so especially in winter semester when there was significant snow, there was a few times where she did not make it to school. And Michigan is fairly famous for like never canceling school. They've had like 1 snow day.
Oh, sorry.
Last,
is this
like,
when you were
years.
a TA or like recently? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not as a TA.
I thought you meant like recently, because I know you would. I had filled out like a form thing for you.
I've never heard back from that. I don't think it's gonna
happen.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, there were a few times where there was significant snow where Mary Lou was not going to make it to lecture, so I taught a few
Mary Lou
lectures.
who?
Mary Lou Dorf.
Sorry, I just wanted to say Mary Lou who. I'm sure she's gotten that her whole life, the poor woman.
Yeah. It's very funny though. You cannot call her Mary.
You cannot.
You call her Mary. She'll be like, no, Mary Lou.
Don't call me Mary. Okay, I'm retweeting that we are live.
Nice.
And then we can, I guess, do stuff, talk about stuff, do things.
The funny thing about her course is it originally was in C++, and then the like head of the CS department was like, you should pivot it to Python. And everyone's like, what? Why? We don't have any people that know Python. Why would we switch to Python? We don't have other courses that are taught in Python. Why should we teach Python? And what they ended up doing is the head of the department was like, okay, let's compromise, because we have lots of C++ knowledge, but I also want Python because Python. And we're like, okay, whatever. And so half the course is in C++ and the other half of the course is in Python. And they start with C++, which just makes everyone like hate the course. And then they switch to Python and everyone's like, why the fuck do we learn C++?
Do you like C++?
Yeah, I think C++ is fine. It's a much better language than it was before I learned it. Like C++ 11 made it actually approachable and usable, and if you only use smart pointers, a fairly safe language. Like you can't
approachable and usable. That's what I strive to be.
I mean,
what?
It's fast. That's the big thing, and it's better than writing C.
Who said that?
There's still a lot of ways that you can trigger undefined behavior and go out of bounds and set faults and...
Cool. Hi JJMC. Hi the Stitches. Hi Axiom of Infinity. Welcome to our very special 4th installment of Anthony Teaches Code, where Anthony takes time out of his very, very busy principal developer, whatever the fuck he does, schedule to teach a product manager how to code. And that product manager, it's me. It's no one else but me. He only teaches me.
I mean, anyone else in chat could learn if they want.
Chat can learn. That's why chat's here.
Yeah. Did you see my new piece of art? I don't know if I'm pointing the right place, but somewhere up here.
Is it the dried flowers or something?
Oh, they're brass leaves.
Oh. What do they mean?
My grandfather used to make lots of art out of metal and sell it.
Wow.
And yeah, we were cleaning out my late grandmother's house last weekend, and I got some art.
That's awesome. Hi, True. Thank you for resubscribing for 30 whole last months. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to stream. That looks really cool. What kind of leaf is it? What kind of leaf? Oak. Oak. Oak leaves are rounded motherfuckers. I like them for sure.
Yeah, I have what's that other? I have a simpler leaf downstairs as well.
Do you remember when we were on a hike on Oak Tree's Way, and we got into a giant argument about whether or not this oak tree was an oak tree?
Yeah.
Because I remember.
Yeah, you remember because it was one of the few times you were right and I was wrong.
Yeah, you were so wrong. It felt really good. I was like, we're on Oak Tree Way!
Yeah, but it didn't fucking look like an oak until we got up close, and it definitely was.
Okay. So what are we learning today, Anthonk? What do I need to do?
Yeah, so I think we should probably start by reviewing what we've done the last time, which was a month ago.
I hate review. Review's the worst. I never did it in school, and I always got A's.
Well, if you don't practice what you've learned, you're just gonna forget it.
I probably have forgotten. Okay, how are we gonna review it? What do we need to review?
Okay, so let's start with some of the stuff that was in Advent of Code Day 7, because I think if you would have understood those commands a little bit better, you might have done better in the problem.
Wait, I thought we were reviewing. What does that have to do with Advent of Code?
So Day 7 was all of the CD and LS and going in and out of directories and dealing with absolute paths, right?
Yeah. No, okay. I think I know the approach to Day 7. I read your hint.
Yeah, we're not going to actually solve it. I was just talking about you should CD around a little bit, make some directories.
No. I figured out what was wrong. What was wrong is that, you can have the same file name or the same folder name in different paths.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I wasn't storing in my data something by its absolute path, if something had the same file name or folder name, I would just overwrite the older file name or folder name.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, well, let's take some of that knowledge. Let's CD into your code directory and show me the absolute path of one of your markdown files.
Show you the absolute path of one of your markdown files.
Mm-hmm. We've learned enough to be able to do this, so it was a little putting you on the spot.
Okay, wait.
How about we start with showing all the files that are in the current directory? That's an easy one.
Okay. Stop. I remember how to look up the absolute path. I just have to look it up in paths, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Maybe it's in there. It might be in core utility.
Current dir. No. Okay. Shortcut. Okay. No. It could be in core utils. You're right.
Yeah, I think the actual hint is in core utils.
Core. What is this?
This is Vim's directory listing because you tried to open a directory and not a file. So you probably want the pwd.md file.
Yeah. Or Vim core utils pwd. Oh, it's pwd for present working directory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, but we didn't actually write down the shortcut to this.
What's the shortcut to it?
Oh, we might have written it in the bash file actually, now that I think about it.
What do you mean?
There's a shell variable that's always a shortcut to working directories.
Okay.
Let's see if it's in our bash file. Oh.
Vim bash. Okay. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, we didn't. Okay, so there's a shell variable. We definitely did this because I remember doing it. There's a shell variable that's $capital PWD. So do you know how to print variables in a shell?
Wait, like what?
Yeah, so there's a variable called pwd in all caps.
Okay, just like that. So like echo pwd.
Sure, try that.
Oh, $sign pwd you said?
Yeah, because it's a variable.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't go over variables, but because there's a whole bunch of other useful ones as well, like home and user and...
Oh, yeah. Watch me. Look, I learned it. Oh, that's my username. Look, I'll learn home too. Oh, there's my home directory. Wow.
Okay.
We learned it.
All right, now how do you print an absolute path to one of your files, like butts.txt? How do you get an abs path of that?
An absolute path of butts.txt.
Using what you know, yeah.
I mean, I could... Fuck. Do I know enough? I know how to do the present working directory.
All right, let's do something a little bit simpler before that. Let's print the present working directory and hello world all in one line.
All in one line? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now how do we remove the space?
Remove the space?
Yeah, because you got a space between the two.
Oh, just remove it. Like that?
Yep.
Okay. So you want me to just do echo pwd cat slash what? Bash.md?
Whatever file you want.
How is that? That's the solution you wanted me to come to?
This is the solution that you know enough to be able to solve right now.
Okay.
This is not exactly the best way
like,
to
what?
do this, but it's good enough for what you know how to do.
Good enough.
There is actually a command called readlink, which is typically what you would do for this, and most often, this is off topic for today, but readlink-f is how you can find the full path of a file. You probably, let's write some of the shell variables you just learned in here. And then I think readlink is in core utils. Or is it? Where do you come from, readlink? Yeah, it comes from core utils. Okay, so you can probably make a core utils file. We will learn what links are later, and what symlinks and hard links and...
They really like talking about things being hard or soft or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean... It be what it be.
Yeah, you know. Hi, Anthwonk. Say hi to chat. How are you doing today?
Chat. I'm doing alright.
You gotta interact. You gotta be an interactive stream, you know?
Yeah.
You feeling me, dog?
Yeah, like saying hi to Steve Bandito and Sam KitKat.
Yeah. Say hi to those people.
And Stitches.
We like our hard things. No one likes flaccid things. Not once have I met someone who prefers things flaccid.
Not once have I bit saying...
Not once. No
selling yourself out there.
I would like some flaccid quotes, please. Hi, Griffin Bork. Why does Griffin Bork always call me Mommy? It's so
there's this,
weird.
There's this shell utility.
I've never bred before. Don't.
There's this shell utility. I forget what it's called specifically, but it says weird shit about mommy, and I don't know. It's been very popular in my Discord recently, where people are...
Mommy's all the rage. Mommy's been the rage. Mommy and Mommy Milkers has been like... It's been in like the gaming culture for a while now, and I don't understand why.
I mean,
I understand why. We all have various parental issues. It's that's pretty clear to me. Okay.
In my Discord where people are totally normal, yeah.
Your Discord is like a haven for kinks. It's like a kink haven. I don't know what you do to like attract the kinkiest people.
I feel like my Discord's fairly normal.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, what's the weird kink shit that goes on my Discord?
I don't know. There's just a lot of lewdness. It's got like a lewd stank, like an all de lewd, you know? Like a
what?
There's it's like when I walk into your Discord, I'm like, oh, there's a lewd stank going on, you know? It's like a gentle stank. It's not a pervasive.
Might be because you walked in.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who I am?
Juice stank here? No.
These nerds stink of kink? Yeah. I mean, the same can be said of this stream, so.
Shell Mummy, there it is. Griffin Book is linked in chat.
Shell Mommy? I'm afraid I'm not gonna click on that right now. I'm scared. Okay.
It's fairly benign.
So I think we can create like a Python file. So we touch Python.
Oh, did you want to write down read link? Because I barely taught it to you, but
read
it's
link?
kind of useful.
You taught me nothing about read link.
I typed it in chat. Oh right, you don't read chat.
Oh, I read chat. I just don't read messages from you in chat. Okay, what does read link -f do?
It gives you the absolute path of a file.
Oh, and then I put the file in here, like --md. Oh.
More specifically, it reads the absolute real path of a file. So if there's symlinks involved, but we're not going to talk about symlinks yet. They are things you don't need to know yet. But at some point. Every time we touch, I create this file.
Where would you put this?
Core utils.
In core utils?
Yeah, the command is called readlink, so I'll make a core utils readlink.
.md.
Fuck, is the last time we did this in November?
Yeah, it's been
of last year. It's been a whole ass month.
Quite a while.
Shit.
What the fuck did I just do? Oh my god, I need my new keyboard! Okay. Whew. Okay. Read link F. We'll print the absolute path of
A very
file.
safe link, Pie Mommy. Oh god.
Pie Mommy? I'm scared.
Mommy.pie, you know it's gotta be good. I guess I have a file called babe.pie.
I don't want to talk about my mom's
repo.
pie. That's just not... It's just not on my list of things to talk about. My mom is a saint. She's really not, but... She's really not.
Yeah, what flavor of cream?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Vim Python
Oh, we've learned nothing. Why are you CDing around?
What are you talking about? Because I like to CD, you know?
Yeah.
You know, okay, have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
No.
Well, you should, first of all, because it's a great movie.
I'm
But
pretty
there-
sure I've seen it, but I was like trash, so I don't remember it.
There's a scene where this like 13-year-old girl is like she has to reboot some systems in a computer, and she sits
It's
down.
a Unix machine!
Yeah, so she sits down and she's like, "This is a Unix machine. I could do this." And as
Yeah,
she's
but then
like,
it's some like weird ass 3D file
it's a
system.
3D file system where she has to like somehow click to like navigate to these buildings, and these buildings are the files. I like to think that when I'm in when I'm in Bash, I'm in the terminal, I have to like navigate to the file.
Yeah, and you're just constantly in the back of your head. It's a Unix machine!
That's me.
I'm a businessman.
Navigating.
It's a Unix machine.
I'm sad about it too. I'm so sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
what is
what the fuck's
happening?
going on
What is
here?
happening? I found a swap file name. What is this?
I suspect I think when
I'm pressing E.
dated today. Do you have another window? No.
No.
That's weird.
That is weird. It's fine.
It's like that. Oh, you know what happened? I think you did Control Z. Can you quit out of this and then Control Z and type jobs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do I?
So do FG and then :Q and then FG and then :Q. No, just FG with no arguments. :Q is for Vim. Not GF. There's none of those here.
Excuse me? Bash. Is there anything else? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have another FG.
Okay, cool. Okay, well I mean I wanted that one, so I probably should have just kept it open.
Well, that one, the original one, lost its swap files, so I don't know what Vim would have done. Vim can get fiddly with its stupid swap files. So Vim has this thing that prevents you from editing two things at once.
That's what it means, Tipo Bandito. I feel like I have to like navigate to the building. Like I can't just access a file not being in the directory. I have to travel to the directory. No string under cursor?
I guess, you know, it is personal preference. I just like to remain grounded and centered in the root of my repository.
Wow. Okay, cool. Should Python notes be a whole folder?
Probably, yeah. Because there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Gonna learn a lot of things.
Make dir Python. CD Python. Okay. What do you want to call our origin notes? Python basics?
Let's start by just running Python, and we're just gonna go over a few things to get started, and then we can figure out what you want to call it after that. So let's just type Python and press enter.
Python.
Probably not gonna work actually.
Rar. Not found. Python 3? Do you mean Python 3?
Yeah, let's do Python 3 and press enter. So I guess the first thing is, why is it not Python? Why is it Python 3? And the history of that is Python is a very old programming language. It's been around since 1991. So pretty old. Grimborg's heading out. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Griffey Borg.
So Python 1, well, I guess there was Python 0, and then there's Python 1. Python 1 was fairly similar to Python 0. No one really used it. Then there was Python 2. Python 2 is kind of when Python got very, very popular.
I want to be able to write this down, but then I want to get out of here.
Okay, so you've learned how to exit things before.
What's the problem?
Do you remember how to exit things?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Control C. Or Control L. No. Control Q?
No.
Kill -9?
That would work if you did Control Z and then kill -9.
Control Z.
Probably not the right thing. No.
Is it Control Z? Was it Control Z?
No, that is put it into the background. You don't want to do that.
Okay,
right.
Okay, foreground.
Bring it back in the foreground. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is. I'm sorry. You recognize that it's been a month or more than a month. It's been a month and a half.
Yeah, it might be in your bash notes if you want to open your bash notes in your other terminal there.
Okay.
Also, you have 2 different font sizes. How did you do this?
I don't super know.
You can Control plus.
I did. That's how I ended up in this bad situation. This is what happens when I Control plus.
You can Control 0 to get it back to the default one.
There you go. Okay. Bash.
I think it might have been in there.
This is the problem of having too many files and no way to search through them.
Oh, so let's teach you the way to search through them. You're gonna get repo, right?
I mean, yes.
So at some point we'll learn more advanced Git, but I'm gonna teach you Git grep. Git grep takes a regular expression, which we'll learn those at some point too. But let's Git grep exit.
Just...
Why is dash M? Where did that come from?
What? Okay. Oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
Control D?
Yeah. Chat
Control
can't see
D's nuts?
Chat can't see it because it's behind our faces.
Oh, Control D left the whole terminal, dude. I don't...
Yeah, it exits.
Is that the only way to leave Python?
No, you did it twice.
Oh, okay.
So you exited Python and then you exited your terminal.
Can I make Python shortcut to Python 3 real quick?
You can. I would do alias Python equals Python 3, personally, if you want that. You could also install that package there.
We don't need no package. Okay.
Did you learn about aliases? Did you put that in your bash notes?
I learned about aliases when someone taught me to change your Babby to Vim.
To fuck with me during that quote-unquote 24-hour stream?
Correct.
Yeah. I think you did worse than that, though. I think you deleted Babby.
No, I changed it to VI, actually, I think. It was worse.
I feel like it didn't work for some reason.
It worked.
Anyway. I can check the clips. Okay, have you written alias in your notes, though, is what I want to say.
I wish I could, like, take notes off stream.
Yeah, but then you don't practice Vim.
Oh, I hate Vim. Terminal or bash? Bash. Terminal?
Yeah, bash.
Okay.
Aliases are a bash feature.
God, fuck. Okay.
God, fuck.
God, fuck.
Sounds like a way to die.
What do you call this? Origin alias? I don't know.
Origin alias?
Or alias. Oh my fucking god. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get my new keyword.
Oh, you're still on your old keyword. I thought you had your new one.
No, it hasn't showed up yet. I don't remember how to get out of. Okay, Q. Whew, okay. Oh my god. Okay. Alias or alias will
equals alias.
Okay, cool. Oh my fucking god. Escape WQ. Okay, cool. We actually want to... Okay, I typed in Python. Cool. Are you first? Okay.
I'm here. Did you want to write down the other stuff that we talked about? Like,
what other stuff? Oh, the Python stuff?
Like, why is it called Python and not Python 3?
I wanted to, but you wouldn't tell me. Okay, that's fine. Control D.
D.
I mean, there isn't.
XD, lol.
Okay.
What?
That's fine.
Did you just die a little inside? That was the goal. Oh, I just died a little inside.
I mean, all you really said, it's a really old language. There's 3 versions. The first version came out in the 70s or something.
90s.
90s.
And Python 2 is the most popular version. And then
Old language, Python 1 came out in 90s. Python 2 is most popular version. Python 3 came out like in 2013, didn't it?
2009.
It's forever ago. Came out in 2009.
But
Okay.
it was kind of fucking useless back then. Actually, let me double check that date. 2008. I was off by one. And Python 3 was a drastic rewrite of the language in a way that made it very difficult for existing code to continue to work in Python 3 if it was written for Python 2. You got quite the run-on bullet point there.
You're a run-on bullet point. I said it.
You got a bullet point with a paragraph.
Okay, fine. Can't remember how to go to
ES5,
the end.
not exactly like ES5. It'd be like ES5, but JavaScript was like, oh yeah, by the way, all of the strings are different. All of the standard functions that you used before changed. And some shit just changed for no fucking reason. And because Python 3 was so different than Python 2,
A lot of people didn't adopt it.
Yeah, for the longest time, a lot of people didn't adopt it.
Well,
original versions were slower and worse.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I remember up until, like, now, people are still, like, upgrading things into Python 3 is kind of difficult. Like...
Yeah, but Python 2 end of lifed in 2020, so...
Yeah, I do remember that, too.
Anyone that's still doing Python 2 now is kind of... And there's been a bunch of security issues that have not been resolved, and like...
I think the correct term is unalived in 2020.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Sorry. Hi, Audrew. Hi, Clockwork Giacomo. Oh my god, why was that so hard to say? Clockwork Giacomo. Hi, Fizzbuzz.
You're just like, I gotta not say cock, I gotta not say cock, I gotta not say cock.
No, Clockwork Giacomo. I said it. There you go.
You didn't say hi to Fizzbuzz, though.
I said hi to Fizzbuzz.
Okay. Fine.
Man, doesn't Rel still come with Python 2?
It does. It does. Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the big, expensive, paid, shitty distribution of Linux that maintains backward compatibility at like a 20-year period or something absurd.
Hi, Zub Zub. I wanted to order his name like he did mine, but his name is just Zup Zup.
Mm.
I guess I call him
you could have
underscore
said
Zup.
Puzz
Underscore Zup Zup.
or Puzz Puzz.
Puzz Puzz? That's just backwards.
Puzz.
Box Jubiro? That's so far off from my actual name.
What is it? What?
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Python 2 end of life in 2020. We hate it.
Yeah, so in order to make the transition a little less painful, they designed the executable name to coexist at the same time. So Python was typically Python 2, and Python 3 was typically Python 3. And you could also Python 2 being Python 2. And there's a whole document which this idea was proposed, and ideas in Python are proposed through a process called PEP, P-E-P. And it means, it's basically Jira tickets, so you memorize a bunch of shitty numbers. I want to say this is like PEP 247 or something, but nope, that's cryptography one. 394 is the PEP for that, where they decided how executables were going to be named.
Okay.
PEP stands for Python Enhancement Proposal, and it's typically capitalized.
You're typically bad. I don't capitalize anything, haven't you noticed?
Yeah, except for your header at the top of the file, and the word D and drastically, or the letter D and drastically.
Drastic. Yeah, it's true. I remember I went through a phase in like middle school to end of high school where I had I had like a live journal.
Yeah.
I didn't capitalize a single
Zanga.
word in that entire live journal.
Yeah, well, the shift key is the worst key.
300 entries. Personal journal entries. Not a single capital letter.
As it should be.
No.
It's kind of funny if you look at my Git commits, you can find the time where I stopped capitalizing things because I used to.
I'm glad
now
that
I only do it if I'm forced to.
I'm glad that you went through a similar phase that I did.
Yeah.
Fuck capitalizations. Fuck the man.
Except you
dude.
keep it on your phone though.
Well, that's because my phone does a lot of auto typing.
You can turn off auto caps.
Actually, it's probably a pretty good tell from when I'm typing to you on my phone versus on my computer.
Oh, I can 100% tell. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and in fact, like when we first started talking in 2020, I pointed this out to you. I was like, "Oh, you're on your phone. What are you doing?"
Oh my god.
Sort of thing.
Was that how you used to flirt?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not how. You're like, I'm very observant.
Is that
I'm not convinced you know how to flirt.
That's kind of fucking rude.
I can't flirt either. Have you ever seen me successfully flirt?
Yeah, you just nag.
I don't neg. Maybe. I was raised in the 90s. Maybe I do just neg. Yeah, actually, that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, you were also raised in a not loving household, so that all you do is nag.
Oh no. Oh shit. Is that how I flirt? I'm just mean to people?
Yeah, daddy and mommy issues, you're just mean.
I thought I just wasn't flirting. It's like way worse to know the way that I flirt. It's just being mean to people. That's way worse. And like the fucked up part is I don't respond when people are nice to me either.
Yeah.
It's like you have to like get into like a ribbing contest with me for me to like you. Oh fuck. Yeah. This is why I date jerks. Oh my god.
This is why you're extremely good friends with DC.
and why I can tolerate Jordan so well.
Oh my god.
Me and Jordan.
I think it's funny because Jordan is like the most unlikable person possible, and you two are like great friends.
What? That's so mean. He's not unlikable. Wait, does that mean I'm unlikable? Oh no. Oh no. I think he's very likable. Wait, do you think he's unlikable?
Jordan's like sandpaper.
Like he's very effective at grinding your gears? Like what?
I mean, sometimes. If you want to be smoothed out, you can talk to Jordan.
Well, I can't tell if that's a compliment or a fine grit or coarse grit. That's a good question. Yeah, Jordan is pretty mean to me though. He told me he said on True Stream the other day that like True shouldn't make any goals around me because what if I die? And then True was like, that's horrible. Why would you say something about Mel dying? He was like, well, if I have the ability to kill Mel by thinking about her dying, I would hope it would happen because then I would have superpowers.
What the fuck?
Which is like...
Damn, I hope Mel dies by me thinking about it so that I can do that to other people.
That's what he said. He was like, I was like, oh,
holy
lovely.
Shit.
Oh, so I guess I could see how you would think he is a little abrasive. Okay, cool.
That's not a call for help. I don't know what it is.
Pep. We pepped it. It's pepped.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so that migration has sort of, well, I mean, Python 2 is end of life, but the executable is still called Python 3 for the most part. There are some operating systems that have said, you know, fuck compatibility, we're just going to call it Python. Ubuntu, which you're on right now, is not one of those yet. It may be in the future, but that's what that special Python 3 package that you saw earlier. That is a way to force that migration if you want it.
Do you think just renaming the executable as an alias is enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aliasing the executable is also very harmless because it is only going to affect your shell. Aliases only affect your shell and not any other commands that are going to run. Some programs, if they only see a Python executable and they also see a Python 3 executable, they will assume that the bare unversioned one is a Python 2 executable, and then sometimes do the wrong thing. So
got it.
Maybe in a few years that spooky behavior will go away as Python 2 is, people stop thinking about it, and Python 3 is the only thing people think about.
As it
there's still
unalives.
some amount of that. Yeah, it unalives. It unalives, and it's Rip Bozo, and no one fucking thinks about it anymore.
It's like, have you ever seen Coco, the movie?
No, I must have forgotten about it.
It
must have fizzled into irrelevance, like Python 2.
Well, that's the whole point of the movie, is that like if no one remembers the dead person, they fade away from the afterlife.
Shit.
Yeah, so we had to wait for no one to remember Python 2 for it to fade away in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I don't maintain anything unless people pay me a shit ton of money. I don't maintain anything related to Python 2.
Yeah. How much money?
Bags of money.
What if the bags are full of like pennies?
I mean, they'd have to be some big fucking bags then.
Okay, cool. Now that we're actually in Python 3, what do you want me to do? What's a cool thing? Okay.
So let's first talk about what this has opened you into.
Like a Python terminal. Like a perminal.
Kind of. Yeah. This is what's called a REPL. REPL. Read, evaluate, print loop, I think it stands for. Where you can just type shit into it and it runs. This is kind of your default land for you to fuck around and try stuff. And I wish this was the first thing that people taught when they taught Python, because a lot of people don't realize that they can just try shit. And the nice thing about an interpreted language,
I think I just did something terrible.
No, touch just updates the. You're fine.
Okay.
It just updates the modified.
Sorry, what do REPL stand for again?
Read, evaluate, print loop.
Evaluate.
Check that's what it stands
print
for.
Loop.
What does REPL stand for?
So it reads your code, it evaluates it, and then it prints.
And then it does it. Then it loops.
Then it loops.
So it's basically a way for you to just try shit.
The try shit bot terminal box thingy.
The perminal says House of Clutch.
I said perminal. I said
perminal.
perminal.
You said perminal?
He's just echoed me. He just echoed me like I was, a variable.
We'll just check the logs. Like you're a variable?
Yeah. No, it also has a REPL. Is it called Nerminal?
No. It's just a...
Have
you ever typed node?
Wow.
Oh. D-Delt.
Wow. D-Delepsy. What an awesome person, making it rain on dem hoes. Okay. I had my thing minimized, so I have no idea how much he donated.
Oh, it was $20.
Wow! Thank you so much, the Delepsy, for donating 20 doll hairs to trees.org. Trees for the Future. What's Trees for the Future? It's a great question. They're a great new nonprofit that we just started supporting today, and they actually teach farmers and other agricultural groups to create sustainable farms and what are called forest farms. So if you guys have ever seen The Biggest Little Farm, which is an amazing documentary, it's about how we can change the way we farm to be more sustainable for both the ecosystem and for climate change, and they actually get funding to convert traditional farms into tree farms, or treecology farms. I don't know what they're called, but they're special farms that have, like, you know, a lot of trees.
Nice.
And they try to attract local flora and fauna to increase the biodiversity and do things like fix their soil. So it's basically like farming with nature. It's really cool. Okay,
Sweet.
cool. REPL. Node has REPL apparently.
Yeah, this is something that I've told you before, but you've never actually done it.
Is it a nipple? Like a nipple?
No. If you open another terminal and type node,
okay.
You can just do Control-Shift-T. Also, will open a tab, which is kind of nice. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we could run that command. The Node.js to Debian ships is kind of shitty, but it's fine. More of a pain in the ass to get a good one. So, we'll just do that.
Forest farms are neat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. Delepsy just donated and didn't say anything.
Yeah, wonder why they're not speaking in chat.
Delepsy. ¿Dónde está?
La biblioteca.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Delepsy. I always said Delps.
I say D-Delsp. I have no idea if I'm right.
How do you pronounce your name, D-Delepsy?
Ezekiel's here.
I hate being late. Está nevando en mis pantalones. It's raining in my pants? No, snowing in my pants?
Wait, is that what?
It is snowing in my pants?
Is that what that is?
I think so. Hi, Python.
I mean, we usually talk about the Diablo Gato.
Diablo Gato? The
It
devil?
is snowing. Yeah, that is, Mm-hmm.
Cool fact about me, I kind of know Spanish. Okay. So,
Alright, type node.
Node.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
And do, I don't know, 1+1 or console.log foo or something like this.
Wow, console.log.
So you know how often you're like, how does this thing work?
You mean when I do butts.js?
Yeah, and then you run butts.js.
What's wrong with butts.js?
There's nothing wrong with it, but you can get your answer a lot quicker than writing out a file and then having VS Code run it.
How much memory is it? Do they, like, hold on.
Well, that's not gonna syntax.
What?
A variable can't have a .NET. What are you doing?
You're a variable.
You're non-const.
Wait, this is not good.
What's not good? No, it's fine. So when you assign something, it technically returns back undefined if it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't let me redefine const, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But now you could console.log butts if you wanted to.
I mean, console. Okay, yeah. But my question for you is, does this, like, does the memory here last until I just leave and it's gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's so insignificant amount of memory that you don't care.
You're insignificant. That was
Yeah,
mean.
I know.
We're all insignificant.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
bleeding
Tuesday.
sneeze and
Juice is an actual polyglot. Anthony is a fake one. What language do you pretend to speak, Anthony?
I don't know that I try and pretend. I mean, yeah, I can say je sens.
He doesn't try to speak French. He just tries to speak with a French accent. That's not trying to speak French.
I mean, I do just funny accents for no reason. Non-cancelable funny accents, though.
You mean white funny accents?
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
What's weird is I feel like I can get away with also making white funny accents, but nothing else.
Yeah. I think that's probably true.
It's just the safe. It's like how a bunch of comedians in the 90s just started making fun of poor white people.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, "Ah, now we can get offended if I just make fun of my own poor white people."
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. AWC
Yeah.
exposed legislation. What's your
I
favorite
did
French
know-
word?
I don't actually know any French words. Oh wait, no, I do know. I know 5010 Hull.
What's that?
You should put it into Google Translate and then have her speak it for you.
5010 Hall?
Hull, like a ship.
Oh god. Specifically
Caps lock.
5010
Yeah, 50 space 10 space Hull.
Hall? French,
And then
French.
translate to French and then have her say it.
Frisian.
Hey, where the fuck's French?
50-10 coq.
Suck on this cock.
Did I show you the clip
50
of
coq.
Chow?
No.
Oh, it's great. He fucking lost it.
Suck on this cook. I'm gonna make Livia do that.
I do know a French joke though. Do you want to hear my really bad French joke?
Yes.
Okay, so there are
Oui.
two cats that are swimming across a river.
Mm-hmm.
One is an American cat named 123. The other is a French cat named 123.
Mm-hmm.
Which cat made it across the river? Which cat won the race? And made it across
You're trying to make the joke less dark. You're like, which one survived?
Which one didn't fucking die?
En deux trois.
No, the American cat won the race because the 123 cat sank.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Yeah, but anyway, that's my shitty French joke.
Okay, cool. So Repples, we got him. We Repples.
Yeah. So so basically you'll want to resort to running the interpreter. I guess the REPL. I will use the word REPL and interpreter kind of interchangeably. So if you hear me say interpreter, I'm talking about a REPL. But it's something that you want. Like if you ever want to try something out, it's really easy to open it up and just muck around with it.
Okay.
And I think like, especially in like an interview context, people don't do this enough. People don't try stuff. And I think it's also, like when you're working on Advent of Code and like I don't know how this list thing works. Opening up some form of REPL to play around with stuff is useful.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people use like the browser console as their REPL, which is a decent JavaScript REPL, but also just opening up Node and mucking around with that is fun.
Lovely. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Yeah. Okay,
So
I'm ready to learn
I was just reading 10x Programmer's suggestion of Jupyter.
For some
which-
tasks, Jupyter is also nice because unlike REPL, what you enter and the results are not gone when you quit exit and allows for graphical outputs. Wow.
Yeah, but I literally never use Jupyter, so we're not gonna teach them.
I still like my butts.js personally.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just not the fastest way to do things.
Because then I can't make the experiment by putting things in butts joke. That's like that's a classic Mel joke. That joke is literally
stick it in the butt.
pinned to my Twitter. Yeah, we're gonna stick it in the butt.
Yeah, it is kind of funny every time I go to be like, yeah, follow Mel on Twitter for the stream we're gonna do, and I open up your Twitter and it's like, lol butts. Very serious stream we're gonna do, butts.js.
Do you remember the first time? Well, when for like a month and a half, I kept giving JavaScript tips, but they were all just butt jokes.
Yeah.
I gotta get back on that.
Yeah. when you were trying to be a cringe influencer.
Yeah, fuck being an influencer.
I just start blocking
Influencers?
the cringe influence, the ones that are like bad.
Oh my god, there are some. The thing that bothers the shit out of me, and it always gets like 1,000 likes. It's like just as a developer, random question that has nothing to do with being a developer. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, as a developer, how do you balance your work and your personal life? And I'm like, what the that's literally a question that I can apply to literally anyone in the entire universe.
Yeah, or it's like, as a developer, what type of chair do you like? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
What's your favorite flower? Christ.
As a developer, do you like the autumn colors or the spring colors? I didn't realize the butt jokes ever stop. My life is one big butt joke.
Yeah. But anyway, I've started blocking those, like, here's 5 resources to blah blah blah.
Oh, they're always
emoji.
so bad. But mine were just butt jokes.
Yeah.
So they were great.
Yeah. But we did have to fix a few of them.
Oh my gosh. The number of people that nitpicked my butt jokes. That was a bit much. I was like, this is literally just a butt joke. Like,
Yeah.
why are you nitpicking me right now?
Well, it was cringe influencer butt joke.
Mm.
We're gonna call it what it is.
Yeah, but I was mostly making fun of influencers, not actually being an influencer.
Yeah, but you would have been fine if you got a bunch of likes and follows and whatever the fuck.
It's true. It's okay. I'll never be popular.
Yeah, we're little endorphin suckers, and if number go up, happy.
Really? I don't really care about my numbers. Not anymore.
You don't care about your numbers, but if they went up, you would be happy.
That's true.
Sure.
That's true. When the numbers go down, I'm not sad, but when they go up, I am happy. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing about streaming, especially like starting out. It's like, well, I mean, streaming, YouTube, fucking platforms shove that shit in your face, and if you're like,
I don't
like,
have my my current users visible anywhere. I have no idea how many people are watching us right now. It could be
well, I won't
anywhere
tell
from
you.
like 10 to 100, and I really wouldn't care.
Yeah. And the thing that I really hate is like YouTube is very like, every video you post, they tell you your rank of the last 10 videos you posted and like how many views you got and then how it is relative to everything else.
My
So,
running app does that, but like I stopped training for like 6 months, so it's literally just like, this was your 120th fastest run. I'm like, why are you telling me this? It's like, what a terrible piece of information to have. It's like, you've run faster 119 times.
yeah, but like for example, the video I posted yesterday has over 1,000 views, which if you would have told me a year or two ago that I posted a video that I got 1,000 views, I'd be like, damn, that's great. But YouTube has given me a big red down arrow because it is 9 out of 10 of the last videos I posted.
Yeah. Is it because you didn't have a cringy thumbnail pic of you going?
Oh no, I had the cringiest thumbnail pic I have
no.
ever posted.
That's not good.
This is literally the cringiest. I thought it was funny. It's, you know, the like friendship ended with meme.
No.
Oh, you should. That's pretty good.
Just ping it to me. I will take
just
a
search
look.
friendship ended with, and that's the original meme. And then, how do I show you the actual thumbnail? I guess I can link it from
This friendship ended.
Yeah. This is
okay.
the original meme. So this was originally posted to like,
Mhm.
I think it was r/ like Indian Facebook or something, where it's
Mhm.
like very popular to like beef. I don't fucking know. I don't know how it goes.
Hi, Ethan.
But this one guy that had like tens of thousands of Facebook followers,
Mhm.
because apparently that's a thing, like beefed with his friend and posted this like shitty, you know, MS Paint or Microsoft Word or whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then I guess you'll see my thumbnail of this.
I hate that I can't But it disappears.
Here, I'll just get the actual thumbnail image because I posted
Is
it
there a way
in my
to
dick sword.
give me? Oh my god. How do I just look at thumbnails? Okay.
I don't know that there's an easy way to do it.
Friendship ended with Zer, now GHA is my best friend. That's pretty cute.
Here's the URL. But I had to do some like pretty significant Photoshop. Anyway, we're super off topic, but
I like this topic.
Numbers are a pain in the ass, and
did you take a picture of yourself in a suit?
yes. Well, I have a bunch of like. I have a bunch of photos that I have previously rotoscoped.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty old one, but it's much easier for me to make thumbnails with things that I've already rotoscoped, so I was just like too lazy to take another photo.
You probably got doom switched by bad mouthing Microsoft.
I don't know why Google's YouTube would care.
Yeah, they wouldn't give shit. Okay. Next.
I think I just didn't do well because it wasn't that interesting.
Python things.
Yeah, okay, so REPL, it's a good way to try stuff. If you do want to do your butts.js, you can make a butts.py and run it. So let's do that.
Okay.
Let's get Hello World out of the way.
Okay.
So let's open up your butts.py.
Okay, I'm ready. Vim butts.py. Oh my god. Okay, print. Oh god. Oh god. Let me insert. Print.
That's what you said.
Hello butts. Like so.
Sure, yeah, that works.
How do I run it? Python.
So you can run it by
butts.py?
executing it. Yep, that is one way to run it.
Hello butts.
I actually don't recommend running this way. The subtleties are not important right now, but this is fine for now. I would actually run this using Python-m butts.
Python -m butts.py.
Yeah, so -m is run a module. No .py, just butts. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reasons for this are not important to you yet, but at some point they will be. We'll talk about them much further on, or probably never, but try using butts instead of butts.py. Yeah. Another cool thing that you can do is you can run a file and then drop into a REPL, which is often useful if your script does something and then you want to poke at it after.
One more time. You can drop.
You can run a script and then enter a REPL after it by doing Python-i. So if you do Python-i butts.py, for instance.
Python-i butts.py. Oh god. Wow! The Delepsy!
Oh hey, this lap.
Okay, so now this has run the script and you can poke around with whatever else it has done.
The Delepsy! Wow! Thank you for subscribing for 4 whole ass months. Welcome back to the bitch stable. You're such a great. You're the priziest bitch. Prizy bitches choose juice. Yeah, I said it. All this button ass talk.
Wait, you're dancing. Does this mean that I'm gonna get claimed on YouTube?
Dancing? No.
Oh, you okay? I can't actually hear your stream, so I don't know whether the sound alerts are on
You
or
said
not.
to disable following, not subscriptions. It's okay. It's okay.
Melly Bean.
What you
really?
said following, not subscriptions. I believed you.
Why
Okay.
one but not the other?
Okay, fine. I will find some DRM friendly subscriptions and following notices just for our streams. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what they're gonna sound like?
Butts.
They're gonna just be audio clips from your stream, probably. I didn't ask for this. I mean, I guess I did. You know.
What?
Okay. What are we doing now?
Okay, so Python-i is not super useful here because butts.py didn't really do anything interesting other than print hello butts. But in theory, if it had, you know, saved some variables or something, you could poke around them after the fact. Is what -i is for. -i stands for interactive, and yeah, you should put that in your file.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess if you wanted to do like x equals butts or something, I don't know, however you want to do.
Is that how you define a variable?
No, not quite.
It's def, right? No, that's a function.
No, I mean that is how you define a variable, but all right, we'll just try that. Try that and see what it does. Oh, okay. Well, you can fix it.
Don't be mad.
Well, it's often useful to fail and see how things fail, and then you'll be able to recognize it the next time that they fail in that way.
Okay. Oh, Vim. Wow. Oh, wow. Speaking of failing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Okay. Python but
yeah.
stop.
I watched you type that out, and I was like, I'm going to see what.
Speaking of failing, and then now I can say print X, and it'll say butts.
Yep.
He.
Ethan, how you doing? Exit Vim challenge very hard. Yeah, that's why that's why I'm making Mel use Vim.
Vim is the worst. I don't know.
The nice thing about forcing you to use Vim is we'll use something else that's slightly nicer, and then you'll be like, why the fuck?
Everyone who says they love Vim has something to prove. I don't know what they're trying to prove, but it's something. You know what I mean? They're like, I love Vim. Vim is the best. And I'm like, you're a liar. And you're lying about this, and I don't know why.
Did you see the fucked up comment that was on my YouTube video the other day?
What was it? Was
Someone
it about using
like,
Babby?
No, it was about using Nano. It was just some like super misogynistic shit about not using Vim.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
What's misogynistic about not using Vim? Wait, what?
They
Is
implied
it just like
that
women don't know how to use Vim?
essentially, yeah.
What? But Vim is bad. It's like objectively bad.
Their comment was like, why are you using Nano? Nano is for girls.
Wait, Nano and Vim are like basically the same thing.
Well, they're pretty different. Nano's a lot easier to use.
Okay, well, you know, people under the age of 30 just use text editors.
What?
Like,
what do you?
Like good text
Vim and
editors.
Nano are text editors.
You know what I mean? Like standalone, not within terminal text editors, like Visual Studio Code.
Like VS Code, sure.
Yeah. I'm not saying that there's anything objectively. I'm saying if you grew up using like good text software, Vim is ridiculous. It's like a ridiculous thing to learn.
Like ridiculously bad?
Like it's just ridiculous. It's like you should be able to move your cursor and click on the place you want to be. Like,
I mean, I started on the exact opposite end of text editors.
Like
my first text editor, well, I guess my first text editor was Notepad, but my first like actually doing programming was Visual Studio, and Visual Studio will write all your code for you. It'll, you know, jerk you off while you're typing. Like it'll make you dinner. It fucking does everything.
But I mean, like Vim is like, it came from a world in which they're like, we don't want to assume you have a mouse, right?
Well, yeah.
And
it was invented in a world where there wasn't a mouse.
Now we have a mouse. We should be able to use the mouse, guys.
Do you want to enable mouse mode in Vim?
What? Oh, that's a thing? Yeah. How long have I been doing this terrible thing?
Well, I told you about this, then I told you probably don't want to do it.
Visual Studio is heavy, actually. Well, I mean, it depends on how many freaking, like, add-ons you have, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that's VS Code.
That's why I said
I'm talking about Visual Studio.
Oh, I'm talking about VS Code. I see.
Yeah, VS Code is a text editor that's gotten IDE features bolted onto it.
It's faster to use your mouse because you won't have to move your hand. You know, I've heard this argument.
It's faster to not use a mouse.
Yeah, I've heard this argument a lot. I don't know if that's true.
I think it can be if you're. I mean, it's like, you know, keyboard shortcuts. It's like, you know, if you're playing, fucking what do you play like? There's no way you play League. That's like super sweaty. But like, surely there's a video game that you play where you're used to the keybinds and you're very quick at using the keybinds, right?
Yeah, but you still have to use your fucking mouse.
Yeah, but if you had to use your mouse to like switch weapons, you'd be like, what the fuck? This is stupid. Why can't I just press 2?
Yeah, it's also helpful not to use a mouse for tendinitis. I have tendinosis, actually. Tendinosis. Hitting escape all the time.
Is that like you fall asleep when your tendons are...
No.
You have a 70% accuracy of getting a tendon?
Tendinitis is an injury. Tendinosis is a condition. So I just have like a fucked up tendon always.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. But I think the idea, you know, I don't really necessarily prescribe to it. Well, I guess I do in some ways because I use my shitty text editor instead of a real ID. But I'm sorry. How crazy is it to gender text editors? That's a crazy thing to be like. Vim is for men. Well, literally, their point was that girls are bad at computers, which is just like a super fucked up thing to do.
I mean, yes, obviously, but like, but there's nothing inherently good about Vim. Or
no, they're trying to be elitist. They're trying to be, you know, exclusionary. They're trying to.
That's what I'm trying to talk. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's fine. Like, I'll use Vim because you want me to learn Vim, but like, I think not liking Vim doesn't mean you're bad.
Yeah.
Like, what an insane thing to say. Like, oh, yeah. You don't like this kind of annoying thing? You're bad.
Oh, you don't like cock and ball torture? Man, you must be terrible. That's what it's like.
Why do people always feel that? Why is cock and ball torture a thing? Like, why is that a phrase I hear a lot? I mean, I just don't. It has to be so specific. As like, are there people who are like in the cock torture camp? People in like the ball torture camp?
Sorry, you can only bite my balls, not my cock. No.
I just want to know why they feel the need to be so inclusionary.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna torture one, you're gonna torture both, right?
That's true. I mean, okay. Anyway, cool. So yeah, interactive mode. Yes.
Yep. Useful for poking around after things happen. And that's, you know, that's Python. You've learned everything there is to know, and no, of course not.
Sorry, all caps REPL.
I mean, I put it lowercase, doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, cool.
I think men are more likely to do something the hard way because they want people to be impressed. I mean, I don't think you have to generalize over gender and put people in boxes based on, you know, how they identify or what equipment they're packing. Like, I think people will just act how they want to act. And
well,
sure, there are societal pressures to
I'm sure he's
push
talking
people towards things, but
I'm sure beyond this talking specifically, like there is some amount of like toxic masculinity that's been like ingrained in American society about men that makes them inherently a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, I don't even think it's American society. I think it's just most cultures in general have sort of ended up in that.
Women are too rational to use geeky tools like them. Okay, so I grew up in a primarily Filipino household. The weird shit that happens in Filipino households is very much unlike American households because in the Philippines they were a matriarchal society up until the Spaniards came. So there's like a lot of weird shit. Like the first time I ever went to the Philippines, I saw an ad that was like trying to reach out to men who were in abusive relationships with women, and I just didn't know it ever went in that direction. Like I was like 8 years old and I was like, what is that ad trying to tell me? I'm so confused. And then my mom was like, oh, it's for when like men are trapped in relationships where they're getting hurt. And I was like, so that happened? Like I had no idea that happened to men at all ever. But in the Philippines there's like a lot of like matriarchal sort of, I guess, leavings from previous like social norms. It's why they've had like a bunch of female presidents, and why like 40% of the Senate or whatever is women and stuff like that. So I feel like I grew up in a very different household where I didn't get a lot of the classic toxic masculinity things thrown at my brother or like in our way. So
yeah. So Meatfinder says, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I've been told that women have cooties, and I was actually thinking about this the other day.
It's pronounced cooter.
Well, where do you think the etymology of cooties comes from?
From cooters?
Like,
I don't know.
is that what it is?
Maybe. There's one way to find out.
Because I feel like
etymonline.com.
I feel like that's like
Cootie.
way more vulgar than the word that we used as.
It literally
like,
just meant
kids
body
or whatever.
lice. Yeah.
Oh.
It just means body lice.
I see. Okay. That makes
comes
me a
from-
little bit more.
It comes from World War I slang from the Malaysian Austronesian kutu, the name of a parasitic biting insect. It's
Yeah.
important to know the etymology of these things to know if you're being historically sexist. It's like how
I
you-
guess it is rooted in misogyny still, so it's not much.
I mean, there's a
better,
lot of
but-
stuff like histrionics really fucked up. It literally
No.
means like your uterus has made you insane.
Yeah, I mean, hysterical as a
Hysterical,
word is
yeah.
kind of also fucked for the same reason.
Yeah, hysterical and histrionic. Those are pretty sexist terms.
Or like I recently learned that like broad is like a really fucked up term too,
Broad.
because it literally is. It is the original definition is a cut of meat with a hole in it.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
where the C
snagged me
word
some
comes.
broads, some slices of meat with holes in it.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go back to my hotel and
A
stick my meat in a
donut.
meat with a hole in it.
A meat donut. It's like calling a woman a fleshlight, basically.
Yeah, which
That's-
is like,
Which I don't want to kink shame, but you know, I feel like we shouldn't be reduced to that. There is, I mean, that's where the C word comes from.
well, I mean, you could say like, the C word is banned on Twitch, but like broad is way more explicitly.
Well, the
fucked up
C
than
word
that.
comes from, I think the original Shakespearean word was cut,
Yeah,
which
which
is
referring
similar,
to a woman as a gash.
or an axe wound.
Yeah,
It's all in the same vein of things. Yeah.
yeah.
When people are
But that's-
saying that's a broad statement, they're saying it's a piece of meat with a hole in it statement. I mean, there's more than one definition to the word broad.
Yeah, but I think
Make sure
at
to
least,
include this in your notes.
at
The
least in my
etymology of
mind, like
sexism.
referring to like a
Hi, Milky.
appearance of a wound versus like fuckable hole of meat, like there's a little different balance there.
I mean, you don't have to say fuckable.
Well, why else would you have a slice of meat with a hole in it?
I mean, all meat with
Shit.
holes in it are fuckable. It's just a given. Just depends how sensitive you are to whether or not you could get salmonella. Anyway, do people still say broads? Not really.
I've heard it before.
I've heard people get really upset about being called a chick because it's infantilizing, but I mean,
Each their own.
yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard that one before.
I've heard it live. I've heard a woman say,
Really?
please don't call me chick, that's infantilizing, you know?
Huh.
I mean, I don't call people chicks 'cause that's fucking weird. Like, why would you call someone a chick to their face? I guess you could be like, you're a cool chick, but like, I would never say that because I'm not a 60s beatnik. Like,
I don't know, if you went to the store and found like a pretty punny birthday card about being a chick, I feel like you would gel with that and send it to
I
someone.
can't believe Juice missed my cum joke. Which came first, the cooties or the cooter?
Nice stretch.
I don't like that. The Delepsy, you gotta donate $20 more now. That is the go get me. Yes, you must donate to plant more trees.
This is like that clip where
5 trees for every bad joke.
This is like the clip with the streamer that's like, you only donated 1 sub. You better donate 5 subs right now. I'm gonna ban you.
I liked that clip. I discovered something about myself from that clip.
Oh no.
I'm just.
This is my kind of fun.
If I ever find myself in the situation where I have way too much money, I know exactly how to get rid of it.
Subbing 1 at a time to entitled streamers, or
No,
getting more money by guilt tripping chat?
I'm pretty sure she was like a financial dom, right?
I
Thanks,
no
Wilfred stuff.
context at all on the clip,
She
but it
was
just
a-
looks like she's an
no.
entitled prick.
No. The clip is that she's like a financial dom. Like that's her stream. Like that's like her shtick.
Is that what FinDom stands for?
Yeah,
now that I
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it?
FinDom. The cooter. Wow, who could that be?
Wait, what? Oh, did someone follow? Did someone make an account?
No, the
Literally called the
cooter.
cooter just to follow
The
you?
cooter. No, they donate $20 hairs to
Oh,
charity.
I see. Okay, yeah. I didn't see the notification.
Thank you for donating $20 hairs to Trees for the Future. The cooter, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You probably just, planted a bunch of trees somewhere. Good job.
God, Wilfred, you only donated 1 sub? Gosh.
Thank you for the gift sub, Wilfred. I appreciate it. Thank you. Fixer Jake, welcome back to the bitch stable. I hope you enjoy your stay and I hope you enjoy the hay. I'm learning
How
so
does it
much
feel
tonight.
to be poor, Wilfred?
That's so mean. Yes, that is what FinDom is.
Okay, got it.
FinDom is literally where you like take control of someone's finances and that somehow makes them happy.
Wait,
Or
they
you like
boost?
yes, like you dominate them financially. Like yeah, that's true. Like they're really mean about it and they're like
Call me poor daddy sort of shit?
No. So the Dom comes around and they're like, there better be like a pair of Jimmy shoes on my like front step by this afternoon, or I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm really bad at Dommy.
What are Jimmy shoes?
What are Jimmy shoes? Oh, Anthbog.
What?
Jimmy Choos. They're just an expensive brand of shoes.
Oh, okay. They are actually shoes, though.
Yes, they're the guy's name is Jimmy Choo, like CHOO.
Jimmy Choo shoes.
Yeah, Jimmy Choo shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's basically give me stuff with extra steps, correct? But they're like mean about it, and they're like, or I'll employ cock and ball torture. I feel like I'd be the worst Dom in the world. You better buy me a new mechanical keyboard or I'll employ cock and ball torture you. Okay, this is a mature stream, so just be aware. Also, all of my opinions are mine and not Twitch's.
Oh, really? Mine are definitely my employers.
Get me a Moonlander before I step on you. I don't think I'd like a
Those are
Moonlander.
such shitty keyboards.
I don't
They're
think I'd
such
like-
cheap fucking plastic. I don't know
Ooh.
why people are all like, these are great keyboards. They suck.
Really? Have you actually touched one?
Yeah, I touched one at True's Jordan's house.
Yeah,
and
I
was like,
touched
this is
one.
like the cheapest keyboard I've ever touched.
Um,
And I used to have a $10 Logitech keyboard. That
I don't
shit's
like
better than the
splits.
Moonlander.
every time I got on Anthony's keyboard, I would it became painfully aware that I do not type right. Because
Yeah,
you
I
have to
don't
like
type right
travel from one split to the other. You're like, oh, I do this wrong.
either. Yeah. Like, do you cross over for the Y key? That was the big one. for
I
me.
cross over for the T key.
Oh, you do the opposite of me?
Yeah.
You right hand T.
I right hand T,
Oh, I left hand Y.
and I think I do something else. I think I right hand B or something, or V or something.
My two were crossing over for Y, and whenever I type \n.
Let me see. \n. No, that's all right.
You type the N with your right hand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's actually do some Python.
Yeah, okay. So I guess you've come from JavaScript. So in JavaScript, everything is also sort of an object. In Python, everything is actually an object. That shouldn't mean anything to you because you don't know what objects are. But basically, everything in Python has a type.
Sorry. Why do you think I don't know what an object is?
Well, you don't have like the type theory background, and that's fine. You don't have to know that. But everything has a type. Even the types have a type. So, like if you say, what is the type of a string literal? It'll tell you that it's stir. And then if you say, what is the type of stir? And it'll tell you that the type of stir is type. And then you say, well, what is the type of type? And the type of type is type. And that's where the rabbit hole ends.
That's where you get in the infinite loop.
Yeah, well, and then you can say, like, you know, is this an object? You can say, is instance X object? And type is an instance of object, and object is an instance of object, and object is an instance of type. And so there's a double cycle there. Anyway, I guess the important thing here is that there are classes, and everything has a class. And there aren't any, like, there's never any situation
Wait, types
where
are and classes are the same thing?
Yes, in Python 3.
Does that mean types have inheritance too?
Yes. And unlike JavaScript, which has prototypical inheritance, Python has classical inheritance. Which is sort of true, but also sort of false. But
has classical inheritance.
yeah, the idea behind classical inheritance is that you get the methods from your base class, and you kind of can think of that as like a lookup table of the functions.
It has piano inheritance. Oh. Sorry, go on.
I don't understand that, but yeah. Oh, classical. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it has a lookup table of what?
It kind of has like a lookup table of functions for each type in the inheritance hierarchy. I strongly advocate to not use inheritance unless you absolutely need it. So we're not going to spend much time on it, and there are ways to get really confusing with it. But I find that object-oriented programming tends to make code harder to understand rather than easier. So there are some things that we will use it for because
why do you argue against these? I feel like every time I've like looked up anything with Java, the first thing they teach you is inheritance. Why?
So in Java, you cannot write any code unless it is in a class. So Java forces everything to be in a class. And so there's only one way to do things, and that is to write classes. Now you could write a class that has a bunch of static functions or static methods, which is kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like writing free functions, and it's out of the, you're not just object or class. But that's not the Java way. The Java way is to make a bullshit inheritance hierarchy and do things that way.
Got it. Okay. Understood.
Which I guess brings us to how you define Python as a language. Usually you think about like object-oriented languages and functional languages, and
yeah.
Well, those are the main two, I guess. Python is what's considered a multi-paradigm language. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want an object-oriented language, you could write object-oriented Python. If you want to write functional Python, you can write functional Python. If you want to, stick to what I tend to do is write mostly procedural Python with immutable objects. So some functional stuffs and very little object-oriented stuff and blah blah blah. But the point is that you can, if you want to do whatever
procedural
style,
Python with what?
I tend to use procedural with some small amount of functional stuff.
I mean, coming from JavaScript, I'll probably write relatively functional stuff.
Yeah. I would argue, or I would say that the way you write JavaScript is, procedural with some amount of functional parts. You probably use more functional stuff than I do, though.
Like, when I approach a problem, I usually define the functions first. Does that help?
Yeah, so I guess when I say functional, so the idea of functional programming is not really writing functions.
I
know
thought
it
functional
sounds
programming is
stupid.
everything is a function.
Functional programming is mapping. Functional programming is like you have a series of functions that take inputs and return outputs and don't perform side effects and map, filter, reduce everything. A true functional language like Lisp, you don't really have. I mean, you kind of have function calls, but you don't really have loops. You build everything based on, recursion and recurrences and other stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So there's basically like not a lot of iterative stuff in functional programming.
In true functional programming, you don't iterate. Yeah, in like the elitist, most absolute definition of that. But in the functional style of Python, you do still iterate. Like you'll have a list comprehension, which is just a loop. You'll map, which is really just a loop. You'll filter, which is really just a loop. You'll reduce, which is really just a loop. But
got it.
and in JavaScript, it's much more popular to map, filter, reduce everything. But I don't know. I've watched some of your streams, and you're like, "Why would I do this when I could just write a for loop?" And I think, at least that's the way that I think about Python: is why would I map, filter, reduce when I could just write a for loop?
For me, like the only reason why I tend to not use the methods for iteration in JavaScript is because there's just some random set of rules about what you can return and when you can return things that I think just will often cause me issues. Like there are some
return false cancels it early or something like that.
Yeah, or like you can't return in a for each loop. There's like a bunch of weird shit that's just is true of those methods, and
yeah,
it's just not. I think it makes more like mentally the mental model for me doing for loops is easier.
Yeah, I also find that if you're reading code, it makes a lot more sense if it's just a for loop. I can understand what's going on.
A lot of that mentality came out of dealing with the React community.
I don't even think that's true. Like map, filter, reduce was super popular in JavaScript even before then.
Hey, get Leopold.
Oh, you mean Reginald?
Leopold.
I don't even remember the canonical name anymore.
Chat, does Anthony's plushie look more like a Leopold or a Reginald?
I don't remember which name was yours and which name was mine.
Mine was Leopold, yours is Reginald.
Really? Looks like a microphone. I'm so mad that the Pokemon Squishmallows like sold out in minutes.
In milliseconds. I'm pretty sure.
And then they were instantly on eBay, like scalped at 10x or 100x the price.
Yeah, the Squishmallow craze.
$400 for a fucking plushie.
I feel like we were really early adopters to Squishmallows. Now they're like all the rage.
Yeah, now they're at fucking Walgreens.
Learn to make a plushie, it's not too hard. I have made my own plushies.
Yeah.
Well, I've crocheted my own plushies. They're not quite so squishy. Immutability was pushed heavily with Redux.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's certainly true. Like, yeah, that's another thing that's stressed really hard with functional programming is immutability, which I like. I think, when you have stuff that you can say with certainty that it doesn't change randomly out from under you, that's much nicer than, squishy dicks and...
Squishy dicks?
Yeah.
Oh, dictionaries. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to learn more about Python.
Okay, so, I think maybe the easiest thing is to just start learning some of the data types and playing around with those and assigning variables and stuff. Does that sound fine? We'll probably make a file for each data type rather than throwing them all into one, because there's a lot of ones that I think are worth learning. But so let's start with str and make a file for str.
I don't like doing that.
Okay, well, when this file is 1,000 lines,
okay, fine.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
No, it's too late.
I'm just telling you, there's a lot of data types.
It's too late. I'm already getting rid of it because we hate it. We hate it. Didn't even say it. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Maybe because we hate it.
Wouldn't it be funny if I were like an actual student? Like,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, wouldn't it be funny if I had plural pronouns and I was actually referring to myself as we?
okay, I'm ready.
Oh, you made a directory for data types.
I
and you
did.
CD'd into it.
I like CDing into things. You know me.
Yeah, I gotta unlearn that.
Why?
Because it's gonna burn you.
How is it gonna burn me?
Because things are based on your working directory a lot, and they don't expect you to do what you're doing.
Oh god, it was 1-to-1 Leopold or Reginald. Like, he has to be both forever.
Yeah, 50-50.
Okay, stir!
Okay, so
Strings.
the string type in Python is called stir. Typically, you only make it by either literals or using stir as a function to convert from something else.
Typically, not normally. Typically made by literals. What do they call them? Methods in Python?
So there are functions and methods. Functions are different than methods. This is also true in JavaScript.
Are methods things that you define on a class, and then functions are just functions?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But a lot of people interchange the two words, which is, if you're being
No,
pedantic,
I
it's
think I
not
knew
correct,
that. I
but-
think I knew that in... I mean, I said it because I knew it, but...
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I often mix the two together.
Well, I think it matters if you're like defining a function versus defining a method. Because if you're defining a method, then you're defining a method to be used on a class.
Yeah, but often people will say, like, I'm gonna make a method in this module, or like the main method, when it's more specifically referred to as a function.
Okay, Regipold or Leonold? What do you like better?
Leonold's dumb, so definitely not that one.
Oh my god. Jeez.
What?
You can't just
It is.
call someone's name dumb. What if there's someone named Leonold that's like, oh...
There's no way someone. What's
I
the
don't
like,
know!
website? Number of
I've always wanted to
people
get a
with
dog
names.
or like some kind of animal and name him Anthony. To see how many people get the reference.
Which reference?
That's from Mean Girls.
Oh. Because that was like my nickname in like
Anthony?
elementary school. Yeah. That's where Fernie comes from.
Oh,
You know that one, right?
Oh, yeah, I know Fernie. That's your,
It was
gamer
originally
tag.
Anthony So Silly, and then and Funny So Silly, and that sounded stupid, so people said and Fernie So Silly.
Can I just call you silly?
I mean, you already do.
I don't call you silly. My name is Leonold. I feel attacked.
I searched the website, and it says there are no people named Leonold.
That's the most unique name you could possibly name you somebody now. If you promise me, if you have a kid, you name him Leonold.
No, that's stupid.
I'm fine. How about Anthony?
No.
Okay. String type. Cool.
Yeah, so typically they're defined, the string literal, or by converting from something else using stir as a function. You wrote made by literals or two string methods.
Yeah, that's
What
because
does that mean?
it's called toString in JavaScript. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's not a method in Python.
Oh.
It's just a free function.
Or stir functions. Is that better?
Or the stir
The
function.
stir.
There is only one.
You micromanage the shit out of my notes.
Well, I want you to be correct.
Oh my god.
I don't want you to write down garbage.
Speaking of dogs, I need to let Mr. Pseudo out. Oh, you have a dog named Mr. Pseudo?
Yes.
That's really cute.
Have you not seen Pseudo?
I haven't seen Pseudo.
What?
Oh, that's a really great name for a dog, though. Because when you give him commands, it's like very...
Very forceful.
very forceful. Pseudo, sit!
Pseudo will very frequently be like,
Pseudo, down!
The incident has been reported.
To the administrators.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta do a quick boop. You can participate in the boop, Anthony.
What? I'm not. What?
You just gotta participate in the boop. Just sit with your back straight. Is your back straight?
No.
Can you sit with your back straight, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can you please ensure that your nose is in front of your face?
I guess it's there.
And can you get ready for a boop? Wow, that was such a delayed reaction.
I'm watching stream delay. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Super do this. Yep. Boop me. Wolford step. You can't just make someone boop you. You have to ask for their consent first. Okay. I wrote the not garbage version of the thing you said. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to know some implementation details of stir? Because we did
Yes.
talk about two-string methods.
Mm-hmm.
There technically is one in Python, which is double underscore stir double underscore, which is the stir method, which is typically what stir calls. You gotta put that in
I
backticks,
know.
otherwise it's gonna be.
I know. I know. Okay, stir method. Okay.
Which is how stir converts other things into strings. This is another pet peeve of mine. You know how people always say like cast it to a value?
I've never heard that.
Okay, well, people that have programmed have heard that all the time.
Is that like assign it to? What do they use cast it to for?
Cast, if you're being pedantic, cast is a way to reinterpret a value as a different value. But
So like reassign.
no, it's like say you had a number and you wanted to turn it into a string.
Oh, so changing like a type.
People will say that you're casting the number to a string, but you're not actually. You're converting the number to a string. And they're subtly different, and this is a stupid hill that I'll die on, but Python has no concept of casting. It is only conversions that occur.
Okay, I
I guess until you
hear
talk about type theory.
anyone say anything about casting, I'll tell them to go fuck themselves.
Well, unless they're in C or C++ or
In
Go
Python.
even. But sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There are a bunch of methods on stir that you might find useful.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest. Oh, actually, yeah. I don't remember them all, so we're gonna show you a way to look up the docs for stir.
Okay.
And we're gonna be running a module called PyDoc. It is a built-in standard library module. Oh, I guess you could do it this way too. To run a module, use python-m PyDoc to get an exit out of the REPL. We'll do this way too after, but. So this is the Python help thing. If you do -m pydoc space stir, then it'll give you the docs for stir.
Ooh.
And it'll tell you every single method as well as how to construct them. And stir is itself a class, so you'll see that it's denoted as a class at the top. And there's a whole butt ton of functions in here. Any of those ones with double underscore at the beginning of the end are what's referred to as magic methods. Python usually uses these to implement either operators or other specialized behaviors. So like, for instance, you can see the double under mul method there. So,
Can you give me 1 second?
yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see the CD problem, okay?
Because now you want to edit something in this file.
I'm starting to see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, you'll come around. So my mom got me this fidget toy, and it starts as a cube, And I don't know how I've gotten this shape of it. Because I've been fiddling it with for weeks, and I don't think I've ever come to this shape before. But anyway.
What is it?
It's a cube, but this is what it looks like right now, which is
How do the things move?
oddly satisfying. They like flip out, and there's magnets in there. Let me see if I can get it back to the original cube.
Got it. That's cool. I kind of like that.
It's very satisfying, and it has nice colors. But
Okay.
like, getting it back to a cube's kind of a pain in the ass.
Okay. These are called...
Yeah, so this isn't unique to strings. This is just in general in Python.
Oh my God.
Double underscore methods are... fuck?
It's the keyboard again.
Oh, they're called magic methods. Or at
Oh
least
my
that's what the docs refer to
God.
them as.
This keyboard will be the end of
Okay,
me.
Here's what it starts as. This is the cube that it starts as.
I missed it. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any of those buckyball magnets that like killed a bunch of kids?
Yeah. I think I actually have one in my desk here.
Those were actually fucking great, dude.
I don't have them. Did you ever make remake the original cube of them?
1000%, yeah. Many a times. Many times.
God, and then you fucked one up and you're just like, my day is ruined.
You could hear Tofu. Yeah, Tofu borking.
Tofu, tofu, tofu!
Every time she hears your voice, if I'm like ever watching your stream, she always goes like this. At my phone. Just like, Anthong? I love him. Can I see him now?
Yeah.
So why are they called magic methods?
Because Python uses them to implement parts of the runtime, like operators and other special behaviors. So, like, for instance, the double underscore method is Python's magic method for converting to a string.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
If you go back to the PyDoc, you'll see that you were just next to mul, for instance.
Mul.
Down a little bit, double under mul. So mul is the implementation of the multiply operator. You open up a REPL and try and multiply a string.
On. Okay. What?
Oh, your alias was only in your one tab. If you want to make your alias global, you can add it to your bashrc.
Hey, you want to do the Python is Python 3 thing?
Sure. Yeah, you could install that package at the bottom. I don't recommend that, but you can do it.
This is just sudo apt
so sudo apt install
Python is Python.
Yeah, Python is Python 3. You can also tab complete too. But you've already typed it out, so. Oh no, the incident will be reported. Did you fuck up your password twice in a row?
Welcome to my life, dude.
I hope this password isn't important because Chick can definitely figure it out.
It's bad password.
Okay, good.
Which is even more embarrassing that I mistyped it twice.
Yeah. Oh, that's the same bad password that I use.
I know, that's why I use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if chat gets it, oh no, they have bad password.
I opened up a REPL and I was going to do something with mul.
You're gonna multiply a string, yeah.
Okay, so we just do one. How do I use the magic method?
Just multiply, just star. Just like multiplication.
Oh. What?
You gotta multiply by a number.
You said multiply two strings.
No, I said multiply a string.
Oh. Got it.
And typically in Python, people put spaces around operators. But if you want to do like butts times 1,000, oh, you're already typing
You
that
were
out.
so... I was so far ahead of you. I was so
Yeah,
that.
my stream delayed.
Wolfred Step, thank you so much for gifting 1 tier sub to the Endless Liver. Danke für das Geschenkenball. No, Geschenkenball. Okay.
I think it's funny that you also say the endless liver.
Geschenkeball. Geschenkeball? Geschenkeball. Geschenkeball. I started doing Duolingo for German. Will you help me, Jonas? Will you help me?
Who?
Endless River's name is Jonas.
Oh, yes. yes.
His name is Jonas. He's
School
carrying
machine?
the wheel. Okay, I'm so sorry. You were saying
Some like
Geschenkeball.
Jonas Brothers shit? Like, what is going on here?
What? My name is Jonas. It's a Weezer song.
Oh, I don't
It's a very
know.
good Weezer song. I literally sang it at karaoke for you. Where were you?
In the bathroom.
Oh, probably.
Being sad because...
Cause emo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was actually probably. You can tell I've had a pretty good life. That was one of that was like in a top 10 bad days of my life. I think. Top 20.
I've had way worse days.
It was pretty bad though. Right? I don't know. It's like
Anthong has a sweater. Are you gonna pull that thread and walk away? Something, something. See, I know Weezer songs.
Yeah! Anthbonk knows things and stuff and butts. Okay.
Butts. Yeah, I know butts. I know butts real well.
Okay, that's what Mole does. Got it, got it. So is this like methods that we just don't ever call, they just happen? So like if you
mean like magic methods?
My god, okay, yes. Yep. Okay, got it. Roger that.
What?
Let's talk about the other methods then.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of them. Many of them you won't ever use. We'll just scroll through some of them and say, well, we can go one by one. We can go through every single method on stir.
Okay. Add contains...
Let's actually, oh, did I make you install other Python versions? Did we do Dead Snakes? Do you remember? No, you don't remember that? Add apt repository? I feel like we did that, but I also don't remember. But it's fine, we don't have to.
How can I check if I have dead snakes?
Do Python 3.11 and see if that does something.
Come in. Oh, Python.
No space.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we did set up Dead Snakes. Okay, let's look at the methods of stir.
Is dead
in
snakes just a version?
Yeah. So this is 3.11, which is a new enough version. But also, I'm going to show you something else. So you know how we did PyDoc before?
Mm-hmm.
You can also do it while you're in a REPL. So if you go back to that Python 3.11 tab,
Mm-hmm.
and you type help parentheses stir parentheses.
Parentheses, sorry. Everything's okay.
Struggle coding.
My life
so this is another
struggle.
way to get to the documentation of something, is to use the help built in the interpreter.
Oh. Okay. Cool. So you really want to go through every stir. Okay, let's go through all the stirs. Add.
Yeah.
Return self plus value. Return key.
So you almost always won't use this, but plus is a way to concatenate two strings in Python. There's usually better ways to do it.
Mm-hmm. Contains. Returns key and self. Yes, yes, yes.
So that's the in operator.
In. So it just returns true or false.
So you could say like the character f in foo,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it'll give you a boolean.
Got it, got it. Return self is equal to value. Okay.
Yeah, so these doc strings, well, the little help messages you're seeing there are called doc strings. They are a special comment that's attached to the function that the help mechanism knows how to read. And if you want to define them, well, we haven't really learned functions yet, or writing functions, but You make functions with the def keyword, and then if there's just a string literal at the beginning of a function, that magically becomes the docstring.
Got it. Okay. EQ, so equality, I guess.
Yep. Compare all of the characters and make sure they're exactly the same.
Format.
Double under format is complicated. It happens when you make an F string, which we'll get to later, or when you call dot format, which is a method. It's basically a way to convert to a different printable thing. So, like for instance, if you want to format a floating point number, a number with decimals, like maybe you only want to display one, 3 significant digits or something.
So you have to like define a format spec and then.
Yeah, so like 0.2f is I want 2 digits after the decimal place of a float.
Got it.
That's what format is. You don't usually use a format spec for strings. I guess occasionally you'll use like left align by 20 spaces or something, like if you wanted to, print a spreadsheet of something, but you typically don't.
Okay.
You typically don't really do format specifiers for strings.
GE is greater than or equal to get
so
attribute.
Strings are comparable, which means like if you want to see if like a string is bigger than another one, it's gonna compare the characters, and like capital Z is bigger than capital A, for instance.
So it just turns them into numerics?
It doesn't really, but it's gonna compare. You sort a string. Like if one string is bigger than another.
Cool.
Yeah, that's because lowercase characters are bigger than uppercase characters. You can also see the value of a character by using the ORD built-in function. So if you do like ORD little a and ORD big A, isn't it alphabetically-ish? Not a call function. Yeah, no.
I didn't know it was a function. Wait, what?
I said call it, but yeah, okay. ORD the string. Yeah, there you go. Also, strings in Python can be single quotes or double quotes, which is
how do they come up with these values?
So if you open another tab and run man ASCII.
These are ASCII codes. Okay, got it. That's all you have to say. Yeah. Actually,
run man ASCII because I find it's one of the more useful things, and maybe you want to add that to your notes too. And you'll want to make your window a little bit wider so it doesn't wrap really fucking weird. But if you ever need an ASCII table, there's one in this man page, and like for instance, I found this really useful in like Advent of Code because occasionally you have to deal with like
ASCII
converting ASCII stuff back and forth.
Okay. Like core utils?
It's not really part. It's not really core. I don't actually know what provides the man page for ASCII. Did we learn man? Do you have a page for man? You could get grep man, I guess.
Yeah, it's under bash MD.
Oh. Man will pull up help articles for any bash. How did I let you write that? Oh, exit code we talked about man. It's not really a bash thing, but sure. It's really its own separate command.
Oh my god, I think it's fine.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, where would you put it? Its own place? Its own
Yeah, I'd probably make a man file.
Okay, where does man exist though? Like, what interprets man? Is it...
Man is its own program.
It's its own program?
Yeah.
So it's just included in a lot of terminals. There just happens to be a man program?
It's not part of the terminal. It's just its own program. You can run it from a terminal.
I see. So Ubuntu just comes with man installed.
Yeah, it's from the package man-db. And then many programs provide their manual file, and man knows how to read that.
It sounds like very like philosophical, and man can read that. But what reads man? But who interprets man? No, okay.
Man interprets man.
Okay. I pressed I. Okay. Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
How you doing? What is crit? Welcome, welcome. But what is crit?
There you go. Cool. Madaski. For example. Okay. We did it. Okay, cool. Cool.
Hey, Snark. Hello.
Hello. Okay, cool. Get attribute?
Don't worry about that one.
But it's somebody's favorite. They said so. It's the
So that one's inherited
favorite.
from object. It doesn't actually do anything special for stir.
Yeah, we hate it. Wolfer step, get wrecked. Okay, get item.
But get attribute is usually how you do terrible magic. So get item implements the square bracket. So if you square bracket on a string, you can get the particular character. So go back to your REPL and do like but 0. Monsoon is here. Hello.
Hello. Monsoon. Woo! You gotta woo for Monsoon. That's how we greet. I don't know. Woo! That's like his thing. Never mind. Okay, fine. We'll just return B. Okay, cool. Got it.
Indexing in Python also allows you to do a slice. You're probably familiar with slicing in JavaScript, right? A little bit.
Yeah. Well, so we
Python
can do.
has...
So we can do like butts 0 to 3. 4.
Yeah,
3.
you could do 0, except you would do 0:3.
Oh.
0 minus 3 just did the negative index.
Just the one butt.
And actually, you can leave out the 0.
And just do 4. Just
yeah,
butt.
the :4.
But.
The 0 is implicit.
Butts.
You can also negative index, which you also just sort of
I
learned.
did that. I learned it.
So if you want the negative, like the last character, what would you do?
The very last character, it would be butts -1.
Yep. Yep. All right, you're gonna learn a more advanced slice too. There are actually 3 components to slicing. That's the start, the end, and then the iterable or the iterator thing. So if you do butts ::2.
Hold on.
I love how we've made Squack a thing. And by we, I'm pretty sure Where's X did that, and I stole it. Now it's mine.
Yeah, get wrecked, Where's X, you heckin' nerd. Get wrecked. Okay, go on.
Is the commit graph? It's not a commit graph. It's just, it's generated art.
He says butts squack it 2:2?
::2.
::2. Oh, that's cute. BTS. Wow. Girl with box.
Hey! How you doing,
Hey! Hello, you heckin' nerd. Aqua Funkalistic booty whap. Hello. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, girl with box. Hi, Aqua Funkalistic booty whap. How was stream? Did you learn new things? Did you make new friends? Did you discover new things about technology and yourself? Did you learn a moral of the stream?
What?
You know, like the moral of a story, but the moral of a stream.
Oh, sure.
So this takes every second character? Or every 2 characters?
So it starts at 0, and then it jumps 2, takes the next one, jumps 2, takes the next one.
That's pretty cool.
Another thing, and people usually don't realize that these are actually the same thing, is if you want to reverse a string, you can do : -1.
What?
Yeah.
Dub.
Which is, that colon -1 is probably something that you'll want to use a lot and learn and regurgitate that at some point. But that's slicing. We have moral somewhere. Do we though?
Colon -1.
Yeah, and actually anything that supports numeric slicing will have the same thing.
That's cool.
So like we'll learn some other data types later, like lists and tuples also have numeric slicing.
Cool.
Isn't reversed more explicit? So reversed is different. Reversed will make an iterator, whereas slicing will make a copy.
We discovered so many things.
Oh.
I heard you're in Japan, girl box, but we're gonna miss each other by 3 weeks. Isn't that the saddest thing you've ever heard? We should just stay there until I'm there.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. We should just stay there because I'm gonna be there like early May. So rough.
I think Citrus is gonna be there too.
Oh shit! This program, we're just gonna tear it up in Japan, getting our weeb on. We could have a beach anime episode. Anime beach day? Oh my god. Are we having an anime beach day? Oh my god. we can smash a watermelon with a baseball bat.
Is that a thing that happens in anime?
I did it like this. I did it like that. I did it with the wiffle ball bat. Reverse the string, Python.
C++, yeah, get fucked. Like you could use what standard algorithm reversed iterator begin, end, join.
I literally did that last night.
You begin, ended, and reversed iterated?
I reversed
that's
an
kinky.
array. Well, I did dot reverse, and then someone in stream was like, I don't think reverse is going to be supported soon.
Oh, and you had sweat lords backseating you and you didn't put them in their place?
No, I'd already done it that way, actually.
Oh.
I already done it iteratively.
Man, what's really annoying is I will tell people to not
Fantastic place to
backseat
visit.
and then they'll just keep doing it.
And just ban them.
Yeah.
Hi, Monsoon. Okay, cool. Other methods. Let's learn the other methods.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Hash.
Don't worry about that. That's
Get
how
new
things
args.
get put into dictionaries. You skipped a whole
Oh, GT.
Yeah, we already did that.
Iter.
Iter. So in order for things to be loopable, they have to implement iter. So we haven't learned loops yet, but let's go to the REPL and do
Loop.
for C in butts. Print C.
For C in, is it like JavaScript?
You're in bash.
I understand that. Is it like JavaScript though?
No. There's no parentheses.
For C in butts, just the English sentence.
Yep.
Print.
No, well, you want to put it in a case. We're doing string stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta have a but string.
Print. It just print C. Just no
And then
parentheses.
colon. No. You gotta do a colon, then press enter.
Jesus. And then you gotta tab,
And then you gotta
right?
indent.
Yeah. Print C.
Yeah.
Oh, print C. Fuck.
Fortunately, you can press up twice.
Ah.
Press up 3 times, and then press up twice,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
can fix it. Yeah, there you go.
How do I end a loop?
Press enter again.
Oh. Butts.
Yeah, so strings are iterable, which is what I wanted to show you here, and if you iterate over them,
Yeah.
you get characters.
Yeah, strings are iterable.
But they're actually just 1 character strings. Iterating over a string gives you a string. MOTD, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell anyone what to do. Yeah, that was my not so blunt way of telling someone to fuck off in chat.
Oh my gosh. Never tell anyone what to do. Ever. Okay, cool.
Not only were
Strings-
they backseating, they were backseating poorly.
LE.
That's less than or equal to. That's more of the comparison stuff from before.
Length.
Yeah, so this is how you figure out how long something is. So how many characters it has.
So we can do like butts.len.
No, you would do len parentheses butts.
I knew that. So much of me knew that. Are we still in this loop?
No. You've opened a parenthesis and you need to close it. You forgot to
Yeah,
close the parenthesis.
yeah. I understand. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then we found out the individual is 18 and Anthony said, well, some things make sense now.
So does modulo work like by turning things into ASCII?
So modulus for strings is the old style string formatting. So I would strongly encourage you to never do this, but I'm going to show you it just so we know what's going on. If you do hello space %s and then percent and then modulus butts, yeah. Hello %s, end the quote, and then do % and then open the quote and type butts. And then quotes.
It's like a templating thing.
Yeah.
Wait, like
Except-
what?
You need to actually give it an object.
What?
You don't have a variable called butts. You need to put a string in there.
I don't understand what's happening.
Double quote.
Okay. Hello.
Literally what you had before, but put butts in quotes.
Oh, I see.
Because you were trying to format in a variable named
yeah,
butts, and you did not have a variable. That's what name error means.
Yeah. So
Name
so
error means
it's-
there's no
okay,
variable
okay.
called that.
So it's like an old templating language thing.
Well, yeah, sort of. It's string formatting,
Yeah.
but it's old style formatting. So I would, you know what it is, don't use it.
Modulus but sounds weird.
And the reason you don't use it is because it doesn't, like, there's all sorts of weird edge cases that don't work well.
Illegal Python? Girl with boxes reacting.
Yes, illegal Python. Yep.
Multiply. NE not equals rep.
So we did mul, right?
Yes. NE is not equal to. Got it.
Yep.
Repr.
So repr is the representation of an object. So how it looks like when you type it out usually. So like, you know how strings have single quotes around, like when you did the : 2 there, you got back single quote BTS single quote.
Mm-hmm.
That is the representation of the string. It's what it would look like if someone were going to try and write it in code.
Mm-hmm.
Call repr on a string just to see what it does. You're actually going to get the repr of the repr, which is going to be fun.
Oh, fun.
So you see how it's a string that contains the string. So
Mhm.
repr always returns a string.
Got it. Got it. So what if we do repr on like an integer?
Sure, try that.
Okay, what if we do repr on a boolean?
Yeah, go for that.
It hates it.
Well, it helpfully told you what the right thing to do is.
Okay, got it. So repr just returns a string representation of anything.
Yep.
Understood. Okay, rmod. R modulo?
So any of the things that start with R
Bye, Danny. Bye, Danny.
are reverse operators.
Let me read about this core's business real quick. You sound like Vincent Dolman from from BoJack Horseman. I'm a real businesswoman. I'm gonna go do business real quick. Sorry, go on.
So you know how math is commutative, or sorry, some things in math are commutative, like addition is commutative. Commutative means that you can 1 + 2 is the same as 2 + 1, right?
Yes.
You look like you don't know
Yes.
that.
Yes. Also,
do you know what
BoJack
I'm
Horseman
saying?
is one of my favorite shows of all time. But yes, I do know what you're saying.
Okay, so
Yes.
in Python, commutability is not always implied, and some things are not commutative, and so they have different ways to do the operators if they're on the right-hand side or if they're on the left-hand side. And so, for instance, rmul is if the string is on the right hand side. So it allows you to do things like butts times 10 or 10 times butts.
Okay.
Whereas by default, it would try and call the multiplication operator of integer. An integer would be like, why the fuck are you multiplying me by a string? And so RMUL is Python's way of making it to do magical stuff.
Got it.
Operator resolution in Python is very complicated, and this is how they decided to make it work, essentially.
Got it. Well, Fred Step, I've watched it 4 times. I'm not exaggerating. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Sorry. Cool.
Oh yeah, Neo-Socratic. She's opened up the PyDoc for stir, so we're looking at all of the methods on stir, the built-in.
Yeah, we're getting pretty
stir.
deep into Python. This is how Anthony learns Python, teaches Python.
I mean, we're learning the first data type. We're not going deep. We're
going deep into data types. Let me tell you exactly how other people teach data types. This is a string. That's it.
Yeah. But wouldn't you want to know what you can do with a string?
Like, it's a collection of characters.
But it's not a collection of characters.
I mean, how would you define string?
In Python? Or
In
other
any
languages?
language.
Well, it depends. Python, it's more of a sequence of glyphs than of characters.
A sequence of glyphs, correct. Sorry. Collection of characters, sequence of glyphs. That's true, because there's an
Or
order to
sequence of
them, and they're
code
indexed.
points.
Yes, yes, yes.
Which gets us into like weird Unicode stuff.
But I feel like that's really weird, because no one calls them ASCII glyphs.
Well, ASCII is a specific type of... a specific subset of possible glyphs. Like, you cannot have a Unicode snowman in ASCII.
Okay, sorry. Explain to me the difference between glyphs and characters, because as a linguist, I don't like that.
Okay, so character is not specific enough, and it can mean different things in different contexts. So, like, if you say care in C, that means a 1 byte unit of memory, and you can't have, you can only have 255 things in a 1 byte unit of memory. So if you want to be, the problem with character is, yes,
in
it could
C,
mean
a
the same as
character is just a 0 or 1?
No, it's 1 byte.
1 byte.
8 bits.
8 bits.
That's
Got
why
it.
that's why ASCII only has, ASCII is typically
Yeah.
0 to 127, because a signed character is 8 bytes or 8 bits, and the first bit is a signed bit, and the other 7 bits are the character value, and 7 ones is 127.
I have to think about something for a second.
Oh no. Do you want me to teach you how to count in binary?
No. I know how to count binary. I can do it on my fingies.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, go on.
What did you have to... What?
I just wanted to, like, try and figure out something out in my brain parts, but it's over.
Okay. But character,
It's fine.
in many contexts,
fine.
character is the same as glyph or code point.
No, it's fine. Being pedantic is fine if you have shit to back it up. It's fine. Yeah. It's a sequence of glyphs, I agree.
And more specifically, it's a sequence of code points. Because
Oh.
glyph could also be ambiguous too, because like
What's a
if you
code
have-
point?
a code point is like a number that represents some Unicode standardized thing. It's like octal 2603 is the snowman glyph,
The Wolford Step, you shouldn't love this so much.
and the code point is octal 2603.
It's funny because if I didn't know Anthony as well as I did, I'd be like, this man is like gatekeepy and terrible. But in reality, I know he genuinely cares about the definition of these things and being precise.
Well, I mean, I super don't, but like the reason that glyph is a little bit weird too.
Do you really not care? It sounds like you
Well-
care a little.
Well, maybe a little bit. Okay, but like the reason glyph is like not great is if you have like, you know, man character, but then you could have man character with skin tone modifier. And so it displays as a single glyph, but it's actually a series of code points.
That's fair.
And yeah, I'm really fun at parties.
Okay, size of the string in memory in bytes.
That is useless, and you should never trust it because it's almost always wrong.
String, return string.
Yeah, stir on stir makes no sense. The only reason stir is defined on stir is because otherwise it would default to wrapper.
Got it. Capitalize, which does, I'm assuming, this.
Okay, so now we're actually getting into methods. We're no longer in magic methods. We're now in normal methods.
What? I can't just run it?
No, you can. You just do buts dot capitalize.
Oh!
Yeah, so all the ones that we looked at before were magic methods. So those ones are usually either global or operators. Now we're into normal methods, which are just...
So earlier when I tried to write dot whatever...
Yeah, when you tried to call dot len or whatever the fuck it was.
Does it need empty...
Yeah, to call functions in Python you need parentheses. This isn't Ruby. We don't call things magically automatically.
Yeah, magically.
Yeah, it's just like JavaScript.
Okay, casefold, return a version of the string suitable for caseless comparisons. What is a caseless comparison?
So if we want to talk about the details of this, typically if you were gonna sort people's names and you had one asshole that didn't capitalize the A in Anthony, and then you had other people that had names. Yeah. You want to case insensitively compare them.
So that's just turning everything in lowercase?
So the old recommendation was to dot uppercase everything or dot lowercase everything. However, that has a Anglican bias in that it really only works for English names. For instance, in German, if you capitalize or lowercase that weird B looking thing, it can sometimes turn into two S's, even though, you know, it wouldn't necessarily be how you want. Like, you wouldn't expect a B to suddenly be like two S's.
I have so many questions.
Or something like that.
I have so many questions for you. How do you know that? Where did you learn this factoid?
Because I have spent too many hours doing internationalization things and telling people to stop fucking sorting by calling dot uppercase, or like expecting that words are going to fit on buttons when Germans are like Gesundheit fucking the button 3 thing, and it's like this fucking long for like a tiny word in English.
Okay. Aquafickle and Sabuap had the same question as me. He's like, where the fuck did he learn that edge case? Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Well, there's also another fun one, which is like, there's this character in Turkish, which is like an I with like a weird tick above it. And it also has the same quirk with capitalization, which I think that character, if you capitalize it, it becomes itself, and so it doesn't have an uppercase and lowercase or some shit like that. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of weird edge cases in how humans represent particular pieces of text, and so casefold is the invariant way to map characters to something that's comparable.
This is so fascinating to me. It makes me realize I don't know JavaScript at all.
Yeah, I don't know that JavaScript. I think in JavaScript,
no, like the fact that you know this much shit about Python makes me think I know nothing about JavaScript. Anthony is a literal computer. I'm never.
I mean, this isn't even specific to Python though. Like C# has, I think C# actually calls theirs up to upper invariant or something like that, which used to suffer from the same weird B-looking character thing.
Got it.
Which Velucid probably knows because they have posted in chat about it. But yeah, internationalization is a whole fucking can of worms. Like, Polish has like 16 different ways to pluralize things, and it's just, you have to like know these rules, and they just like don't necessarily make sense. There's also some languages where pluralization has genders too. So not only do you have to get the right plural form, but you also have to get the right gender of the plural form, and it's just like, And most software companies don't fucking bother. They're just like, oh yeah, slap an S on the end, and so you end up with like weird, random bullshit and other things. But yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Cool. But I know too much about things that literally should never matter to me. That's why I work in DevTools now and not not consumer-facing products. So I only have to care about English.
I mean, is that true though? Okay, sorry, what was the shortcut to get to the end of the line in Vim?
Shift $sign.
Shift $.
Not in insert mode.
Oh, okay, that's useless. That's fucking useless to me. I'll never use that. Okay.
You can also press the end key if you have one on your keyboard, but you probably don't.
I will so soon, and now I realize why people have end keys. That makes so much sense. Oh my god, I can't wait to get an end key.
Right.
I'm actually really excited about it.
Home and end keys are like two of my favorite keys. I also recently turned off caps lock on my virtual machine, and it's been a life changer. But I know how you capitalize things, and it's cursed.
Don't tell chat.
Chat can already, chat can already infer based on what I've said.
Chat.
Chat. Your streamer does a psychopathic thing to capitalize.
Girl with Box does it too. Girl with Box does it too. I'm not alone. Thank you, Girl with Box.
You're a full psychopath.
No, it's not a psychotic thing. It's an I taught myself how to type when I was really young kind of thing. And if you give anybody who's never used a keyboard before a keyboard that they've never used before and they're like capitalized letter, you do not jump to the shift button. You jump to the thing that says caps on it. And I just taught myself how to do that when I was really young, and then I didn't learn shift until I was like 8 years old, and by then I was already like mentally locked on the caps lock. So I pressed caps lock twice.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I self-taught myself typing and I still use shift. Well, fuck you again. I'm so glad that 5-year-old or 4-year-old you was smarter than 5 or 4-year-old me.
Why don't you climb up a tree and go fuck yourself?
Sorry, I just gotta write some stuff down before I forget it. Like how to call a regular method versus a magic method. I also have to pee. Will you entertain chat?
Oh, I gotta fill up my water at some point.
Okay, we're gonna be right back, chat. BRB, BRB. Go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go! Hi, chat. Hi, I'm back. I'm back, even if Anthbonk is not. Okay, let me catch up on chat. I didn't know what caps did until my mom used it. I used shift for years, but you touching caps? Wow, what a cool guy. Giga Chat caps lock users? It's true. We're the cool ones. We're the cool ones, girl with box, and everyone else can honestly, they can suck it. Yeah. What it is, I don't know, but they can go find it and suck it. This is like really in-depth into Python. Which I kind of like, though. It's kind of nice. You have a mistake in your notes?
Oh.
The method is upper?
Hello.
The method is upper? What?
What do you mean the method is upper?
The method is upper.
I think your notes look correct to me. We haven't gotten to upper yet. We also clutch. We've just gotten to capitalize. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. Center. Return a centered string of a length width.
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite methods of string that doesn't get used all that often.
Can I do it with butts? Let me do it.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah. Butts. Just return the center string or center.
So what I would do is print butts.center and then a number.
Print. Oh my god. Butts.center. 1?
Pick a big number, like 20.
20? This needs to be a string. I'm aware of that now. Whoa! It just gave me 20 characters with space before and after.
Well, it's not 20 before and after.
10?
It's of a width of 20. It will centerize the string within that. If you want to see it more visually, pass a second parameter to it that's like equals, just like the equals character.
As a string, understood. Yeah, got it. Okay, first of all, I kind of love this.
So the shortcut that I use all the time is center 79 equals.
Why 79?
I'll try it and see.
Oh!
Although you've resized your terminal, but typically with an 80 character terminal, it'll put it right at the end. But I'll also usually put a space before and after the string. So like if you have space but space and then center it on 79.
Wow,
That
a perfectly
looks a little bit
centered
nicer.
butts.
Yeah.
I love it.
But
What if you want
anyway.
butts to touch butts, like so?
Yeah, you could
Oh!
you can center whatever butts you want.
Why can't fucking CSS be this easy?
Yeah, there's a YouTube short right there. Today we're gonna center butts. Haha, in Python, it's one fucking line. Get wrecked,
Real
CSS.
talk. Someone has coded everything there is to do in Python. Wait, are you a Python main girl?
Do you run Python up mid?
I'm such a gamer. I don't know how to ask that question. Is your primary preferred language Python? Python Stan? That's pretty good.
The fucking Ruby scrub. I'm a Python main. Ruby's got to be like the puff player.
No. No, I don't know why people hate puff so much. I don't think people hate puffs. I think people hate Hungrybox's puff.
Well, puff kind of is like stall. It's like why people hate stall in Pokemon.
What's wrong with stall in Pokemon?
It's boring. It's centralizing.
Yeah,
And people who do it are psychopathic.
Okay, correct. That is the reason why all people hate Hungrybox's puff. It is very boring to watch. It's one of the more. It's the same reason why everyone hated Bayo. It's just very boring to watch. There's nothing fun about
it's
it.
grind.
Yeah.
It's grind, and like you win tiny battles over and over and over and over. And it takes 10
Hbox
minutes
hurts
and-
me.
Is there a timer in Smash? Do people take it to time?
Yeah, people take it to time.
And
HBox
you just win based on percentage and
will
stock?
often actually take it to time. That's when he does, people get really mad. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In Pokemon, it was not a big deal because timer used to be like 40 minutes in official VGC, but now it's like 10. So like every battle goes to timer,
Yeah.
which is really annoying.
The end of Smash 4 was like people would in Bayo fights would just take it to time like every time because they were just so mad about having to play 1,000 Bayos.
You'd
Yeah.
get to 12% and then they would just fuck around for the rest of the battle.
I mean, it wasn't that egregious, but like if it was like last stock and they were ahead, they would stall it out.
That's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But
Case
anyway.
fold.
We already talked about that one.
Oh yeah, count.
Counts, yes. So
Return
this
the
is...
number of non-overlapping occurrences of a substring sub in string.
Mhm.
Okay, easy. So it's like they're like butts count. T would, oh gosh, would give us 2.
Yep.
Lovely.
And it's more specific in that it's non-overlapping, and you can also set ranges on it. Honestly, I think count has too many parameters. I probably wouldn't have implemented the start and end part and just been like, no, you slice first and then you call count. But it's probably been that way for
I'm really only putting the
reasons.
methods that I think I'll actually use, by the way.
Sure, yeah. Like, I don't think you'll ever use capitalize, by the way.
I don't think I will either.
Is casefold the actual correct way to do foo.lower equals foo? Yes. You would casefold both sides and check them. It's more for sorting than for actual comparison, but yeah. You should know that, the on the server. You deal with that weird German B, right?
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Guten Morgen, ja.
I've learned a lot of German actually.
I know a handful of words because I used to play a text-based game on the internet as a child, and we would play it in German because the school filters only filtered English.
Like if I wanted to say the dog is smart, which I'll never say in my entire life, is Der Hund ist brut, right?
Well,
Is
'cause
that
you have
smart?
tofu.
Brute? Maybe it's not.
But I know like Lanzenträger is Landsman and Steinwerfer is Stonehiller. And the
What is
Angriff
smart?
is to attack.
Gross? Gross. It's gross, right? Schlau? I thought it's gross, like G-R-O-S. Meine Hund ist groß. Or is that tall? That's tall. Schlau. Schlau doesn't sound right. I learned a different word for smart. Anyway.
So one criticism about your notes, the first bullet point in your regular methods, you actually can call stir methods by doing that. So if you open up the REPL and call stir dot, I don't know, count, and then pass 2 arguments to it, it'll work.
Literally?
Well, no, this is a common mistake that people make.
Wait,
So I
wait.
want to show you.
Sorry, what did you say? Repeat what you just said.
Stir dot count.
That's a normal method though.
Just trust. Type
Okay.
str.count,
Okay.
and then pass butts as the first argument, and then t as the second argument.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Wait, what are you saying is wrong?
So this is a way to call the count method on the first argument butts of stir. But you should never do this. But people do this all the time because they don't know.
Oh, instead of doing butts.count.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can grab the method from a class and call it on an instance of the method. It's just stupid and you shouldn't do it.
So you're saying that that's a thing that people never do, but you can do.
It's a thing that people do on accident, or they don't learn correctly, and so they think that's the way you're supposed to do it.
I meant like this.
I know what you meant,
Yeah.
but
It's fine.
but I wanted you to be specific.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Because there is actually, what you wrote is technically correct, or technically works, but
Yeah.
is a dumb way to do stuff. But,
Intelligent also works. Okay, cool. Next method that we care about.
yeah, what are we on to?
Encode.
We'll talk about strings and bytes later. So we'll ignore this for now. But all that nonsense that I talked about with Unicode earlier, basically it's somewhat complicated. And you're gonna be blissfully ignorant of it for now, and that's just fine.
Okay. Ends with. Pretty
Yep.
clear.
Yeah, there's also starts with.
Expands tab. Return a copy where all tab characters are expanded using spaces. Okay.
So if you have like a tab indented string and you want to convert it into a space indented string, you can.
Do you use tabs or spaces?
Python conventionally uses spaces.
Do you use tab or spaces?
I follow the convention.
You use spaces.
Yeah. I also don't follow the convention in Go.
So I've always been told that tabs are better for Python because then anyone can edit the tab size to be their preferred spaces.
So yeah, it's not specifically Python, but there is an argument that tabs are more accessible because you
yeah.
can view them in whatever you want. But these people also only use Vim and are, you know, any IDE
What do
can
you mean
convert 4
these
spaces.
people? I'm sorry.
Sorry, these misogynists are only using Vim and
What? Wait, how does preferring tab make you a misogynist?
it doesn't, but I was harkening back to the Vim
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
comment from
Okay,
earlier.
I see. So Vim users are all misogynists. Understood.
Yeah, that's the generalization I'm making now.
I use tabs.
But my point is that any modern IDE can reinterpret 4 spaces as 2 spaces or 3 spaces if you're a real psychopath. So I don't really buy the argument about tabs being more accessible because
I'm also a 2-spacer when I have to 2-space.
yeah, well you come from JavaScript, so 2
Yeah.
spaces.
I'm a 2-spacer and a tabber.
And the wild thing about JavaScript, the reason it's 2 spaces is because old JavaScript you would, you know, .then, and you would have this wildly arrow-shaped code because everything was a callback to a callback to a callback to a callback.
Mm-hmm.
And now that there's async await, you don't tend to make that arrow-shaped code anymore in JavaScript. So the whole reason of, you know, they use 2-space indents because it saved space.
Got
It
it.
was you didn't, you know, blow through your line width in your callback hell.
Got
But
it.
now there's async await, so like, not really a point anymore.
Okay, so find a substring. It'll return the lowest index.
Yeah, so there's both find and index, and I can almost never remember the difference between the two of them. Find in Python is like index of in JavaScript, where you'll get -1 if it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Index is like index of, but if it's not in the string, it will raise an exception. And we're not going to try and understand exceptions yet, but it'll make an error. It'll make a oopsie.
Got it.
I use Vim in spaces and I'm a misogynist. Anyone want to play some Valorant?
Okay. I don't think all Vim users are misogynists, by the way.
I just think it's funny to say that.
Let's be very clear here. But I do think people who really care about spaces versus tabs are like the worst people because who really cares?
Yeah.
The real test is how much you care. If you care a lot, then you're awful.
Yeah. Index 7 JavaScript has a capital O. Speaking of terrible people, being me.
Speaking of, well, it's because we've been doing Python and everything you say about Python can't be camel case. So
There
I'm
are
like
a few things that are camel case in
reteaching
Python.
myself to not do camel case and do snake cases. Hi, Medallion Stallion. What a great name.
Hello,
How are you doing?
welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you for rating me with 34 whole ass people. 34 whole ass people. Welcome to my stream. We're getting really deep and dirty with Python.
Yeah, we're choking this neck.
We're talking this neck. Right now we're loading literally every string method. Format. Return a formatted version of a string using substitutions from args to and kwarg.
Okay, ignore what it talks about there. Remember how we did %s earlier?
I do remember %s, yes.
So %s was old string formatting.
Mm-hmm.
Dot format is slightly newer string formatting.
Oh.
But still not recommended anymore.
Okay.
But let's show an example here.
I'm into it.
So do hello, make a string, hello space, curly brace, 0 curly brace. Well, not butts, because we got to put butts into it.
Like that? Space,
technically
0 space?
that'll work. Technically that'll work, but typically you don't put spaces around it.
So this is like string literals and yeah, this is...
Yeah, and so then you do dot format, and then you can put butts in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But you wouldn't put a... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. I mean...
Are these personal notes? No, these are Juice's typing up notes.
I feel like I do this in like JavaScript a lot.
Okay, so the cool thing about format
where
is
I'm like
the
this,
0 is implicit. So you
where
can
I go
actually
like
remove
this, like...
Yeah, we'll get to those in a second.
Okay.
That's JavaScript's format string.
I know,
Python has
I'm
an equivalent though.
trying to say that like I do that in JavaScript, so I see how that might be useful.
Yeah. But this is the old stuff. This is the not so great way.
Hi, you're not supposed to camel case in Python. I camel case in every language.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Well, it's called snake case for Python, right?
No. Maybe.
That was the joke that someone just made.
It might be. I don't actually know the answer there. I don't think it is though. Python's relatively new.
I think it's called snake case because it looks like a snake with like little bumps in it.
Yeah.
Like how a snake moves.
Yeah. Well, then you get the camel snake, which is the cursed version of it.
Are these your personal notes? No. Anthony just speaks at me and I write down notes.
Yeah.
It's his brain. I'm transcribing his brain.
We'll get to F strings soon. And Iron Man.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Format...
you can remove the... Wait. Go back.
You can
the
remove
0 is implicit.
Mm-hmm.
They're evaluated in order, so typically you don't actually put the 0 in there.
So can you put like 0, 1, and then you can do like... Oh god. And then you could do a second argument here.
No, but you could do 0, end the curly, open curly brace 1. So you could have 2 format specifiers.
Got it.
Or 2 substitution parameters.
So you could say like,
you can also repeat them. So
like
if you need to repeat them, you need to put the numbers in there.
Got it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Hello, butts and double butts, but also butts. Okay. Double butt. Double.
If you leave the numbers out, it'll auto number them from left to right. Also, you can do named arguments too. We haven't done anything that uses named arguments yet, but I guess we can show it real quickly. So instead of a 0, put like foo.
Okay.
Yeah, or you. That works too. That's fine. And then do dot format, and inside the call, you're gonna do foo equals something.
Got it.
And typically in Python, people won't put spaces around the...
I did it anyway.
Yeah,
You literally just told me to put spaces around all operators. Last time I checked, an assignment operator is an operator.
It's not an assignment operator.
You're not an assignment
argument.
operator. Damn it.
I'm not, but you know who is your mom? Your mom's an assignment operator.
I hate this. I hate it here. I hate it here. You teach me a rule and then you teach me to break the rule. But it's not breaking the rule because you're pedantic enough that it's not.
Well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Peps from earlier.
Peps.
Want to open up Pep 8?
Peps. Pep 8? That's literally a library, isn't it?
It used to be a library until Guido was like, I'm going to delete you from PyPI unless you change your name. Guido is the crazy man that made this language.
Python.
And then he forced us to rename Pep 8 because...
PyDocs.
you can't... there's no peps in the terminal, sadly. I mean, you can pip install a thing that opens up peps.
Wait,
but,
what did you say? Open up Pep 8? What does that even mean?
Go to the internet browser and type Pep 8.
The internet browser. Sorry.
Inclusive. I don't know which one you're using. Probably Chrome.
I've actually.
Oh, you're gonna open it in your VM.
It's the first time I've accessed the internet.
Thank you for loving Firefox.
You're welcome.
So anyway,
Okay.
this is the
So
rough
this,
style guide
I
for
understand.
Python.
So someone opened up a pep ape and someone was like, "Oh, I'll make an entire style guide based on a request
Yeah,
that was
the
made
best
in
part
pep
is
ape."
it's not internally consistent and it has flip-flopped multiple times, and there are ways to interpret parts of it that are, you know,
Okay, what does pep 8 say about spaces versus tabs?
it says 4 spaces. It's up
4
at the top.
spaces?
Yep.
They want me to type this space bar 4 times?
Well, normally you'd press the tab character and it would insert 4 spaces, but sure.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. So my text editor changes actually does turn my tabs into 4 spaces.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually do the tab character. So I guess personally I do spaces. Fuck.
Yeah. So you were a liar.
I was a liar. I was a liar. It's
You're
true.
a liar! A liar!
I was there for that. I was there.
It was so spooky.
I was actually very scared. But we had hammer. We had a hammer.
We had a hammer. Because you were like, do you have any weapons? And I'm like, we could hit him with a hammer. And it wasn't even like a good hammer. It was like a fucking
It was a
the dinky smallest hammer you could get.
It's a very sad hammer. For those of you who don't know, one time when I was over at Anthony's house, someone like knocked on his door at like 3 a.m. and was just calling us liars. He was like,
because
I
he was
live
like, you're
here.
our family. And I'm like, who the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah,
who
we
you
were
are.
like, you don't live here. And he was like, you're a liar. He's pretty intense. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's my top clip on my channel
Is your
my
impression of
interpretation
him?
that crazy
Mhm.
man.
Okay, format map. Return a formatted version of S using substitutions from mapping. These substitutions are identified by the braces and okay.
I had no idea this function existed.
So does it take a map?
I guess it's like format, but instead of doing named arguments, you could just pass a dictionary.
I would never do that in a million years.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would never do that.
Index. Great. We already kind of did this.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we got a
Returns
bunch
value.
of is functions.
Is all alphanumeric. Okay. Is alpha, is ASCII, is decimal, is digit, is identifier.
Is ASCII is actually fairly new. And by fairly new, I guess it's like 6 years old now. Never mind.
Is digit, is lower, return of lowercase, okay. Is numeric, right? Is
You skipped
print.
one.
Which one? Is identifier?
Yeah.
Return true if the string is a valid Python identifier. What the fuck's an identifier?
So like a variable name. So a fun thing about Python is variable names are not limited to ASCII. So you can actually use
how in the-
Unicode variable names.
Okay, so like say we say like butts equals 33, right?
Yep.
And then we do butts dot is identifier.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So-
Is it just one word? Oh, it's
there's
just one
no
word.
underscores.
Yeah. True. Oh. I see. So it checks if the string... But this is like the string representation of a variable.
Yeah. So I just posted 3 things in chat. I want you to copy and paste those 3 in a row and run them in the interpreter.
A equals 5.
You have to... No, don't type them out. Copy and paste them. Specifically copy and paste them.
I feel like I'm being fucked with.
You are being fucked with, but I want to show you something important.
What just happened there?
I don't know what you did there.
I don't know either. How did
you get
I
3
don't
lessons there?
I don't know, my dude. There must be like a shortcut somewhere that's like messing with me. Are you just doing this for fun?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so what's the second A doing? Is that a different character?
Right? Yeah, so the first one is Greek capital A. even though they look the same. And this is one of the reasons why Unicode variable names are probably a bad idea.
I see. Does that ever actually happen in the wild?
Yeah, there was this whole thing a couple years ago called, what do they call it? Trojan source vulnerabilities was the general umbrella name for it, or the clickbait name for it, where the idea was that a malicious open source contributor could sneak
malicious?
code.
Sorry.
Yeah, a Millie Bean. A malicious open source contributor could sneak code that looks like something but actually runs something completely unrelated, based on tricks with Unicode or RTL characters or.
I mean, that's why I never
backslash-
copy and paste stuff when I want to install things. You know, you don't just. That's why I always like if I like install something from like npm, I don't like copy and paste it.
Yeah, because somebody could have put in like the RTL character and you actually install something completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's not okay. Is printable?
Mm-hmm.
Is
So printable, there's characters that are not printable, such as like the bell character or like the null byte or you know, other like the RTL character is not printable.
Is space? Does this work for like new lines, carriage returns, and spaces?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they are all considered white space.
Okay. Is title return
one,
true?
I don't know that
if
anyone ever
it's
uses
a
this.
title cased string. Like if it follows the conventions of a title.
Yeah, this is like if each word is capitalized.
If each word is capitalized minus function words like for and to and of and other prepositions.
No, it's dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't
okay,
know
so
that.
it's not like an actual title. Okay, got it. Is upper
literally a useless function.
join? Join's good.
Okay, join. We're onto a different thing now.
Okay.
So you know how
join.
in JavaScript you call array.join?
Motherfucker. Okay. Yes, I do know that.
Which means that if you ever have a bunch of things, in order to join them with a string, you have to first put them into an array, right? Like you can't join a set. You need to put it into an array. Python is like, wait a minute. There's all sorts of things that we can iterate over. We don't always have to have a list to turn them into a join string. So join actually allows you to take any sort of iterable. Snipsy, hello. How you doing? You can work around this in JavaScript. Like you can do array.prototype.join.call and pass in other shit into it, and it'll sort of work. But I don't know. Prototype stealing functions off of prototypes and calling them unrelated objects feels gross to me.
So gross. Ljust.
But did you actually try out join? You should try out join in the interpreter because it's kind of nice. Oh, I guess. Wait, we don't know lists yet. But anyway, you just pretend like there's a list.
Oh, it has to be a list?
Well, it can be any iterable. So I guess you could join and pass a string as your iterable because that would work.
Sorry, does this need to be in like squackets?
You're gonna get all sorts of errors, but I'm gonna let you fail and figure it out. I'll read the error message first before you just try stuff. So what is name error? What did we learn?
Calm down. I understand what's happening. So it needs to be a method.
Calm down.
Calm down. It's like calm down.
But you're the one that's
calm down. Calm down.
Trying.
You're the one who told me you wanted me to fail. So if you want me to fail, it's gonna have to happen, okay?
Dictionaries are iterable. Yep.
Yeah. Wait, a dictionary is not iterable?
A dictionary is iterable.
Yeah. Lovely butts! That did not behave as expected. What?
Well, it's as if you had written this in JavaScript.
Lovely butts.
Like it's the same as this in JavaScript, so I'm not exactly sure what you expected.
I thought, but strings are iterable, so why wouldn't it be like...
Well, you have a list that's iterable.
But strings are iterable too.
Yeah, so what happens if you just pass a string into join? Try that instead.
Okay. Like so?
Yeah, this is gonna be really funny.
What is happening?
So string joining takes all the iterables and sticks the thing in between all of them. It's just like in JavaScript. Like you've used this in JavaScript
Is this how JavaScript works? Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like in JavaScript.
Let me
if you
read
would
the
have done
things.
this.
Concatenate any number of strings. The string whose method is called is inserted between each given string. The result is turned.
Like look at the messages that I sent in chat. I know you don't read chat.
I guess I've only done it without an argument. I've only done an argumentless join.
You've
Right?
surely done a comma join, right?
Well, okay, so the only reason why I usually do joins is to take an array and then turn it into one massive string.
Yeah, that's what join does. Yeah.
And then, or do a comma, yes, I do a comma join. Oh.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But
It's literally the same thing, except in JavaScript it's at the end and it's only on arrays, and in Python it's on strings, so you can use it with any iterable.
It's super interesting though, but like why would in JavaScript it's like the argument is what joins everything, and in this one it's the string that the method is assigned to is what is joined the thing. So I guess if we do like comma like dot join, it's probably how I would do it, right? Sorry.
But yeah, the reason that it's on string in Python is...
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's helpful. Oh my god. Vim. I can't wait till I have an end key. What do they call it? It inserts the string whose method is called between every iterable item in its argument. Okay. Do you not have an end key? No. End key. End key to get to the end of a line. Wait, where did Anthony go? Anthony!
Hi, I'm on my phone. My internet's dead, so give me a step.
Oh my god, we're all alone.
It's been doing this a lot, and I don't really know why.
I'm scared. I've never been this alone.
Also, because my internet went out, I opened up the network settings, and I've used like 1 terabyte of bandwidth in the last week.
Oh gosh, that's a lot. Well, do you want to call it? It's pretty late and I have to eat dinner.
Well, we only got through the
I know
Fs or
we
whatever.
only got through a subset of the methods on one data type. I'm hyper aware of that. We should probably move a little faster next time, huh?
We don't have. We can go at whatever pace you want.
Yeah, we're independent people. We can do whatever we want.
And in fact, I think going over each method of data types is useful because we learned a bunch of other shit that you wouldn't have learned otherwise. Like
It's
weird
true.
fucking German characters.
It's true, it's true, it's true.
What the fuck?
Cool, 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 cool. Let's find someone to rate. Who do we want to rate?
Alright, sounds good.
Say goodbye to chat, Anthony. Say goodbye. Say I love you, chat.
Yeah.
You gotta say you love them and you gotta mean it.
What?
You just gotta say I love you to chat.
Oh my goodness, actually that reminds me of something. So I've talked to my Microsoft sponsor representative for the first time this week.
I thought you guys broke up.
And what? No?
I thought you and Azure broke up. I thought you're not best
No,
friends
that's just Azure
anymore.
Pipelines. That's just Azure Pipelines.
Oh, I see, I see.
But Azure Pipelines is too many characters, so it doesn't fit in a thumbnail.
Hmm.
But anyway, I talked to her for the first time, and I was like, "Hi, it's nice to finally meet you." And she's like, yes, but I feel like I already know you because I watch your streams." And I was like, "Oh."
That's kind
this
of
is that
fun.
parasocial sauce that everyone talks about.
Yeah, there's a guy named Adam who watches my streams sometimes, and I had like never actually worked with him at Twitch. He's a staffer, and then we got put on a project together, and then he was very familiar with me, and I was like, how do I don't know you though, do I? And it turns out I was like, oh, you're Adam MC in my stream, like in chat. And he was like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know what you looked like or anything about you. I hope he's not in stream. Oh my god, just kidding. I knew exactly who you were. We're gonna raid RW Grim because he raided us yesterday.
Cool. Grim's great.
Cool. Grim is great. Grim is great. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You're so amazing, and I literally love you. Literally. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do. If you want to join my Discord, please do. If you want to follow Anthony, please obviously do that. I'll give him a quick shout out. Thank you, Anthony Writes Code, for teaching me Python. You're basically the best person in the universe. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm back now on computer.
You are back on computer. Yeah, turn your cam on, buddy.
It says stay safe. I'm in streamer mode.
Stay
There we
safe. Okay, now you can say goodbye with gusto. With gusto.
With the gusto?
With gusto. Okay, cool. We're gonna go raid. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I love you. Goodbye. Say goodbye,
Bye.
Anthony. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow. Mwah. You heckin' nerds.